Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforge Gaming News talking about the Verdansk map coming back to Call of Duty Warzone, but there might be a catch, and this could influence the future of the franchise in light of the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard. That still hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to give you a rundown of what was said and what this could mean for the various platforms. If you like these types of videos or live streams, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss these streams. If you haven't been seeing my streams in your recommended feed, be sure to check your subscription feed in my channel every day. YouTube has made some changes, and for whatever reason, our subs are not seeing the live streams as often as they used to. So let's get right into it. This is a Reforge update. Call of Duty may be bringing back the Warzone map Verdansk, but it might have a catch attached to it in light of the fact that the game is on multiple platforms and the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard could be playing a role. If you guys want to get these updates regularly, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. That way you don't miss the Reforge updates. Or check out Reforge Gaming, where I stream this and discuss this live. We pulled this from GameRant.com. So what has happened with Call of Duty and the map? You may have heard people debating about the map, wanting the map to come back, disliking the current map. The Call of Duty Warzone Caldera map fell very short of expectations. It was the most recent update they did to the Warzone map, completely changing it when they dropped Call of Duty Warzone Pacific. It resulted in backlash and then was just not ever really able to recover from that. And those who are asking for the Verdansk map to come back seem to be getting some traction with the developers. It does seem to be a consideration. There's been hints dropped that they may be doing a map change or a map update. Now, what does that mean? Are they going to change it, revert it, roll it back? Where will it end up? According to Activision's Alex Summers, Call of Duty Warzone will be bringing back Verdansk at some point in 2023, but only on certain platforms. That was part of the quotation. So it isn't going to happen this year, and when it does happen, it's only going to be on certain platforms, which obviously this drives immediate curiosity and questions about some kind of platform exclusivity. Is this going to be an Xbox thing? Now, we have to make this concession. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is rumored to be getting Verdansk, so it could be possible that's what Summers is referring to. They're going to bring it back on Call of Duty Mobile, or put it on Call of Duty Mobile and not put it anywhere else. Maybe people are hoping to see it come back everywhere, and they're going to hear this and obviously be pretty disappointed. Now, we recently debated this over on Reforge Gaming. The Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard has many people saying that this could lead to exclusivity. They're looking at Call of Duty as a brand and saying, why would you acquire Activision Blizzard and not be attempting to really leverage one of their largest titles? Why would you not do that? That could be really, really huge to move consoles. I consistently pushed back and said Call of Duty is too large and makes too much money. Microsoft would end up losing money by doing that, not having the game be on PlayStation, as that's a massive platform, and the number of people who would actually switch platforms would pale in comparison to the number of people right now actively, continually spending money in the Call of Duty franchise. So people said, well, what if it was the non-annual releases? Call of Duty's moving away from an annual release. You know, what if they release a game every other year and they only do it on the Xbox? Again, I applied pretty much the same reasoning, that Microsoft won't be able to even make enough consoles to get those to convert. If you got every single person to convert from Sony, you can't even make enough consoles to do that, because there's far too many Sony PlayStation 4s and Pros and PS5s in circulation. It would therefore be a massive revenue loss for Xbox. I did concede and say I could see them doing exclusivity to the Xbox platform with respect to maybe a season hits first. Maybe they do weapons, maybe they do maps. And seeing this verbiage come from Activision, they could be making preparations for that. They could be giving themselves that out to say, hey, this time next year or late next year, certain platforms are going to see Verdansk return or show up at all. The Microsoft deal isn't done yet, but this could very much be playing a part in this. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And as always, hit subscribe and the bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see the rest of you right now. Good morning. Good afternoon and good evening. This is obviously going to be, I think, a hot topic because many people are considering the nature of this deal centering around big titles like Call of Duty. Hey, Call of Duty is been around for a really long time, and it's got this huge massive pull and this super committed audience. If Microsoft wants to get return of investment, if Microsoft spent all this money, they're gonna want to make a bunch of it back. I continue to think that they would lose a ton of money by doing this, but this language about the Verdansk map, I think, actually really leaves the possibility for them to do something like that to try to drive people over. Now, if you're watching the VOD or you're here live right now, don't forget all the ways you can support the channel. We are doing members-only content now, but it is extra. We are not taking away from the Monday through Friday streams that we have always done for you. There's an extra stream on Thursday afternoon, so I do more streams that day. There's an extra stream on Friday night now. This week is community game night. Get Fortnite installed and updated. Even if you don't like Fortnite, you can probably come have fun with us. It's free on every platform. It's totally cross-play. We're going to be doing no-build squads together. Members only on Friday night. Thursday is a great day to have like that extra stream. Ask me about any of the maybe spicy or out-of-bounds topics in gaming that I don't like to cover on gaming. There was some stuff brought up recently. I said, hey, that's perfect for Throwdown Thursday. So consider clicking the join button or click below in the description to become a member. Don't forget, I'm always wearing a shirt from 80s Tees. The Excite Bike shirt comes from the 80s video game collection over there. You can use the shirt command in chat or go over to 80stees.com and use code Lono. And we do love seeing daily coffee orders. If you haven't ordered coffee in a while, you need to re-up, or you've never ordered it before, that is not a sponsor. That's a small business you're supporting. My wife and kiddos bag it up and ship it to you. So go to ragelessroast.com or use the coffee link below or the coffee command in chat. So those are all the great ways to support. If you're watching the beginning of this and you've been faithfully supporting the channel and watching all these times, we really would love to see some of those things get more support than they have been. And again, if for whatever reason you haven't been seeing my streams, YouTube is still just absolutely jacking up. I mean, there's all kind of things going wrong in the background. They must be rolling out some pretty big things, and it's really affecting our viewership. Folks are not seeing the videos. Folks are not showing up, and then they're like, wait, I didn't know you were streaming. I didn't get a notification. Just go through the daily ritual, open the app, open the website, go to your subscription feed or come to my channel, and I'll probably be streaming Monday through Friday. We're always here. All right, let's get into this. Feed says, good morning, sir. Have an awesome day in stream. Thank you, Feed. Good to see you in the chat. Zubair says, Team Dark Roast. Thank you, Zubair. If you missed it yesterday, we got into a pretty serious discussion over on Reforge Radio, but today we want to make it a little bit lighter. We think maybe a weekly stupid debate, and when I say stupid debate, I don't mean it's like actually going to be stupid, but something that can't really be debated but can be fun to be debated. So today we're going to be doing Star Trek versus Star Wars. I'm going to make you choose one. So we'll be arguing that over there today on Reforge Radio. Hope to see a bunch of you there. We'll also be covering today the Halo Infinite Battle Royale news. We'll be covering that in our second show today. And Creature says, I like Verdansk, not a fan of Caldera at all. Console war debate. I don't know if this is a console war, more about like theorizing, could they do this? Could they say, listen, we spent all this money to secure Activision Blizzard, we now own Call of Duty, because the ink could dry on the contract next year. And if and when that happens, they could say, listen, Verdansk is a super popular map, we want to bring it back, we're going to bring it back on Xbox. And that'll make a lot of people very angry. Here's why I don't think it's going to happen. Let me just give you my prediction, okay? I think it's possible, but I don't think it will. And for a handful of very simple, observable, and even technical reasons. Number one, the funnel of players and crossplay was one of the most significant selling points of Call of Duty. I mean, I even interviewed the Call of Duty Modern Warfare guy at E3. I was lead host on that interview, and I asked him a lot of good questions. There were Call of Duty fans that really felt like I kind of pushed into the right areas, so I appreciated that from the Call of Duty community, and they were really irritated that there was no gameplay. But what they were really excited about, and the one thing he really wanted to drive home, is that they were pushing for total crossplay at launch. Now, keep in mind, this is in 2019. This is 3 years ago. So all the way back then, he's saying, listen, that's a huge priority now. That's a huge central thing. So that's a standard ground level feature. You put that map only on the Xbox, and you're going to make matchmaking for Xbox players pretty dadgum terrible, all right? You're suddenly going to shrink the matchmaking pool by a significant amount. That entire PlayStation community is no longer in your matchmaking pool because you're playing on different maps. So for that ground level reason, I'm going to make my case that this is unlikely, okay? I think it's unlikely because of crossplay. I think it would hurt crossplay. Number two, it's more likely to go on a platform that is not included in the general matchmaking pool. So I'm building off of that foundation to make a second and supporting point. It's far more likely that this lands on mobile, right? Mobile doesn't come into the crossplay funnel of console. And so this would be a great way to say, hey man, we're giving mobile that great map, the map that everybody loves. Boom, let's kick it up a notch, right? And that would not affect anything. That wouldn't make anybody mad. It wouldn't hurt anybody's feelings, you know. And so that's what I think is the most likely. I know people really think Microsoft's going to put the pedal to the floor and really capitalize and be like, no, man, Call of Duty is now an Xbox exclusive. We spent how many billions of dollars? We're going to recoup that cost. One of the fastest ways to recoup that cost is to just leave Call of Duty alone. Just let it make money. Let it do its thing. You don't have to do anything, and Call of Duty will just continue to make money. Continue. Guys, could we get 100 likes on this video? I don't know what's going on, but today's starting numbers, it's like, again, I think YouTube is completely jacking up. We are going to have to just drag these streams to reasonable turnout. We need 100 likes. I looked at the numbers this morning. I was like, what is going on? Is YouTube messing up again? Twitter was messing up, so maybe we're dealing with, like, I don't know. We might be dealing with Amazon Web Services acting up or outages or something. I couldn't even get Twitter to reload, and typically multiple sites can have multiple problems, so we're going to have to really, really work to get this. We're going to have to get scrappy here. Genuine question, says Ant, and casual don't really care about this. But this is the thing. Competitive Call of Duty is a PlayStation thing, and at least for this year, it's staying on PlayStation. Why would PlayStation allow Xbox to get an exclusive map while under contract? Okay, that contract might have literally nothing to do with the map, though, Ant. You have to understand something. All previous contracts will be honored, but Call of Duty will be owned by Microsoft when the ink dries on that contract. Do you understand? So the contract they have with PlayStation for competitive, number one, it has an end date. Number two, it might have literally nothing to do with the map. Number three, it might have absolutely nothing to do with Xbox or exclusivity or another platform entirely. Like they don't have to do anything on PlayStation unless they want to. Verdansk as a word always makes me think of that ultra creepy anime Gantz. Really good, but way disturbing. I've actually never seen it. Zubair says, we were born scrappy. Good morning, Fozzie. We're going to have to do a poll. Guys. Call of Duty Warzone Verdansk map. Do you think it becomes an Xbox exclusive? Call of Duty Warzone Verdansk map. Do you think it becomes an Xbox exclusive? We're going to keep it real simple today. Real simple, yes or no. We need points of contact right now, or that we're going nowhere today. We gotta move. We gotta vote on this poll and talk in chat and smash like. I don't have sympathy for PlayStation losing any form of access to content for Call of Duty, says Distorted. Main and most important reason being you can't message them or invite them to parties to talk crap, and vice versa, so frick 'em. That's not a good enough reason, Distorted. Come on. Butter says, there goes my mobile experience. Oh, just vote on the poll and then close it. Does everyone really hate Verdansk? I think it's a good medium point between PUBG and Warzone. No, Robert, people really like Verdansk. They don't like Caldera. The latest map in Call of Duty Warzone is Caldera, and people do not like it. You had pros, you had streamers, you had Dr. Disrespect, all of them saying, I'd rather play the mobile version of this dadgum game right now. They're like, if I could play mobile with a mouse and keyboard, they would do it. Happy gummy day, says Eugene. Oh, that's why we're off to a slow start. Everybody's waking, baking, and starting slow. Get up and get moving, you potheads. But seriously, when Caldera landed, that was the general consensus. The general consensus was, dude, this sucks. This map sucks. There were people that were like, I'd rather play mobile. That was a common point of feedback and a common point of contention, was that, this is literally terrible. I want to go and play somewhere else. That was a thing. The dialogue around Caldera was wholly negative, 100% negative. Butter says, PUBG made it so you can't pick maps. I hate to say it. Why split communities? Didn't Call of Duty say they stopped DLC packs because of the community was always split on the DLC? That's my theory on this, Butters. I'm like, there's no way they hurt their cross-play funnel, man. There's just no way. Yo, what's good, Salty? Woke and Boked already enjoying the content. There you go. And already spelling words wrong. That's the way to celebrate 420, baby. In honor of 420, you can play as Snoop in Call of Duty starting today. I think that's brilliant marketing. We need 5 more likes. First 100 likes. Let's go. Let's get it moving. We're 16 minutes in. We got to hustle. We have got to hustle, man. YouTube's giving us no love. We got to prove ourselves again. Call of Duty lobbies made boys men. Oh, stop it, Ant. God, good morning. Radon map. I love it. I see it being a Minecraft situation, says Apollyon. Leave it on PlayStation and it will print Xbox money. That's what I've been saying for a really, really long time. It's like this is easy money. Absolutely easy money. Call of Duty players love talking crap, even the PlayStation boys, Lono. It's part of the experience. Oh, I know. This is a common trope that I don't necessarily agree with, okay? I commonly see things like this stated, all right? Call of Duty lobbies, man, everybody's too soft these days, right? You tell me you never played Call of Duty, Here's the thing. Let me explain something to you. If you grew up in a home and your parents and relatives and older siblings were all incredibly verbally abusive to you, that doesn't mean you're allowed to say that that's just okay and everyone else is soft who doesn't enjoy experiencing that. Do you understand what I'm saying? The toxicity and the nastiness and the overall terrible things that were said in the Call of Duty lobbies that I grew up playing in, me experiencing that and coming out on the other end okay doesn't mean it's totally fine to be like, well, that's just how games are. It's just trash talk. I do not buy into that at all. There's a giant difference between trash talk and just disgusting and vile communication that hurts the experience of for people playing the game. You know what I'm saying? It'd be great because people are like, well, it's not a game made for kids. Okay, are they rated teen or mature? Is Call of Duty rated teen or mature? I'm actually curious about that. I agree, people are not soft. Call of Duty lobbies were tremendously outrageous. I say it tongue in cheek. I know, but it's super common. You wouldn't have survived a Modern Warfare 2 lobby is the most common statement in gaming. And here's the thing. I think that's true. Oh, it's rated mature. Okay. Let me adjust what I was going to say then. I do think it's true. If you get really upset and you get flustered and you got to run to Twitter because somebody said something mean about your race or your gender or whatever, okay, and you run to Twitter to complain and get them banned. Listen, you have every right to do that. You have every right to call out toxic behavior, and people that break TOS, there's going to be consequences. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's also true that you wouldn't have been able to make it in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because it was way worse. Now, what that doesn't mean is, well, that justifies it. That makes it okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you see somebody in a shopping mall verbally abusing and accosting their wife or children, they're just verbally tearing into them, and they cry and they get upset and they ask for help. If you went over to them and said, listen, you wouldn't have survived my childhood. I got pushed down the stairs every day. Grow the frick up. That's just dumb. That's stupid. You wouldn't say that to somebody. That's ignorant, okay? So So taking your experience and acting as if these people are soft and they couldn't make it and they couldn't take it. I just think that that's completely and utterly ignorant. Same Sentinels, new branding. Why are Sentinels teasing Ninja's branding? Same Sentinels, new branding. Did you see people saying that it looks like Ninjoy instead of Ninja? I'm like, oh, please don't do that. That's the absolute worst when you rebrand and everybody has an opinion. Calling someone a shotgun crouching subhuman piece of garbage is pretty socially acceptable in my book. Online does not have the rating by the ESRB technically. Well, what I was going to say was this, Butters, and I can't say this, right? I can't say, what if, you let your kid play the game, you let some teenager play the game and they hear all that garbage and they hear all that trash, right? And I know people would push back and be like, it's a mature game, bro. You're letting them play a game. The game itself has cursing and swearing and violence and blood. It's rated mature. Letting your kid play that and they hear a bunch of nasty talk on the comms, that's on you. You let them play a game that is well beyond their age rating anyway, okay? I think I would push back and say, to a degree, you're correct. Yes, if I allow my child to play a game rated mature, I should come to expect and anticipate them seeing and hearing things that are pretty awful and pretty nasty, okay? However, allow me to push back very slightly on this contention. There's a giant difference between, let's say I have a 14-year-old son and he's heard swear words and seeing people get shot in a video game, it's not that big of a deal. He's not playing like Torture Simulator. He's playing Call of Duty, okay? And swear words, he's heard them. It's not a big deal. He's 13, okay? There's a big difference between him hearing swear words and seeing people get shot in Call of Duty and hearing some of the absolute god-awful communication that people say. There are people that say things that go beyond mature. It's like, it would be like saying, well, you let your kid watch that mature, World War II documentary. It was violent and had swear words in it. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't give you the right to suddenly insert NC-17 red band trailers during that show. If I've deemed my kid can handle this, right? He can handle a little bit of violence. He can handle a little bit of swearing, okay? And you shove a red band NC-17 trailer commercial in the middle of that documentary, I'd have a real problem. With that, okay? The communication gets well beyond mature, I think, in some of these lobbies. It's perfectly okay to ban them. And to enforce it. And it's perfectly, I think, legitimate and okay for people to say, hey, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to have to be exposed to that. That's awful to have to listen to. So, if you're just tuning in, we're asking the question, the Warzone Verdansk map coming back, could it be a Call of Duty Xbox exclusive? Is that something that you think might happen? Let's check the poll at the top of the chat. Make sure and vote on the poll. Call of Duty Warzone Verdansk map. Do you think it becomes an Xbox exclusive? 79% of you have said no. We only have about 100 votes, so make sure and cast your votes in that poll. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Say good morning. Go through all those morning rituals. We are off to the worst start we've had in 7 months. So we got to push. We got to absolutely push to tell YouTube this is a poppin' place to be. It's like watching Grey's Anatomy and suddenly getting hit in the face with Japanese cartoon porno. Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, Grey's Anatomy's pretty serious. There's going to be swearing. It's going to be scary. There's going to be surgery. But I don't need to see, anime nudity all of a sudden out of nowhere, When I was younger, I used to actively initiate the trash talk, but now I'm an old man. I only respond to the trash talk. History Channel with NC-17 content. I think you have something there. Hey, I'm not making a pitch, sir. I'm not making a pitch. I'm not saying that should be a thing. Nice shirt. Thank you, Icebreaker. Good to see you. If you guys like my shirt, it's an Excitebite shirt. It is from 80s Tees video game collection. You can use the shirt command or the shirt link below. Be sure to use code LONO when you shop at 80stees.com. You get 30% off, and it does support me. I do think people are going over there and using like the email. You put in your email and you get 30% off. So if you're just tuning in, we are discussing whether or not the return of this map could be an exclusive. And the reason we're discussing this is because Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. Well, they plan to. The deal's not done yet, but the idea would be once that acquisition goes through, Call of Duty is then owned by Microsoft. And Microsoft might be like, hey, it'd be great if you brought that Verdansk map back on our platform. There was commentary recently from this Activision spokesperson that said that they would be bringing the Verdansk map back in 2023, so it is coming back in 2023, but he said on certain platforms, and many people are saying, I'm one of these people, I think that's probably mobile. I think it's the mobile platform. It may be a fine time for some new He-Man shirts, either that or I do laundry. Yeah, they've got really dope He-Man shirts over there. I've got the large black and white print of Skeletor and He-Man, 2 different shirts. They're really nice. Eugene says, I would never consider this type of phobic or racial or misogynistic slurs as trash talk. Yeah, there's a big difference between saying you're garbage at the game and you stink and this and that and your mom and the other and the third and blah, blah, blah. There's a big difference between that and being and going into like slurs. I agree with that, right? Like, and listen, when I played Call of Duty, there was a big difference between the guys that would talk trash and the guys that would drop the N-word. I'm like, no, that's not even remotely the same. One is trash talk, the other is you just being hateful and awful. Like, come on. That's not trash talk. There's a giant difference between saying, y'all suck, man. Y'all are trash. Uninstall the game. We whooped you, right? And then somebody literally dropping the N-word in the lobby. It's like, well, that's not the same. They're not even in the same ballpark. They could do like they used to, said Finn Freak, and they could release it a month or two early on Xbox. Finn, I actually think that's far more likely. I really do. I think the most likely thing is that they would say, we're going to bring back Verdansk and we're going to do it on mobile. And then if it's a hit on mobile and everybody's dying for it to come back on regular Warzone, they would bring it back for like a limited time on Xbox. And then after that, they would bring it to everywhere. I had to stop, said Salty. I played with a dude because of that. I had to stop playing with a dude because of that. He really called every person he killed in the game the N-word, screaming it in parties and lobbies. Creature says, you ever played sports? Some of my closest friends in life have said the worst crap you can imagine during a game. That's not justification, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not justification. Like I said, you would never walk up to somebody being verbally assaulted by their parent and being like, that's nothing, man. My dad was a real tyrant. That doesn't justify it. Like, just because it happens in sports doesn't mean that that's acceptable. There's also a giant difference between somebody talking trash in sports and being on the internet, agreeing to terms of service and speaking in a way that's a total breach of that terms of service and completely and utterly disruptive to all of the people playing, right? I'm not saying it has a place in gaming. Right, it's not even remotely the same. It's like, I'm in a lobby and I'm getting subjected to this. Like, what the heck is happening? I didn't sign up for this. I'm playing a video game and popped off and got some kills, and now I got to listen to this idiot, you know? I had my cancellation headphones on and didn't hear you going live. Good morning. Good morning, Kat. Just saying that some people let it bleed. Some people let it bleed? I'm not sure what you mean by let it bleed. I said the F slur a lot back then. Wild how things change. Oh, yeah. A lot of people did. At least the dude doing it in real life is bracing for the punch. Yes, of course. He might actually get smacked in the mouth. This is why I don't agree. Like the whole topic of like anonymity on the internet. It's like, and people are like free speech. Yeah, you want free speech and anonymity on the internet because there's zero chance of consequences for you being a reprehensible human being. What did Shells say? Somebody's responding to Shells. Shells, they're probably kids. Most men would probably try to date you instead of the hate. They could also get annoying, I guess. I do not think they are probably kids. No way. I don't agree with that. I think most of the people that talk trash in these games are grown men, and I use that term very loosely. Shell says, guys trash talk me so bad while I play games after they find out I'm a woman. I turned off game chat for this reason. Yeah, you can't look at the demographic of gamers and be like, oh, but all the ones talking trash and being misogynistic, those aren't men, those are little boys. What do you mean? The average age of gamers is like 28 and up. So all of the children, all of the young boys and teenagers, now I'm not saying that they don't do it. They certainly do. They certainly do, because they hear it and they bake it in and it becomes a part of them. But even what Eugene is saying, like even if they're 16 to 22, even if they're on the lower bracket of gamers, that's not a kid. Now I would say 16 to 19, if they've grown up hearing all this crap, I think I'm going to tread a little bit more lightly on them than I would like an adult, like an actual like 25 and up man. But that's part of the problem is they hear it and they think, oh, that's what you do. That's trash talk. That's how you do this. That's what you do. They're emulating the behavior of, some YouTuber that they saw. It's pretty disappointing they never did anything with that. Did they ever do anything with him on YouTube? I know he got banned from virtually every video game in existence, but did they ever do anything to him? What's his name? Like iSpeed or whatever? Did YouTube take any action at all? I don't think they did. You know it's a kid because they sound like a little girl. The irony, Eugene. It's like, do you answer the phone and do people think that you're your mom? That's the best comeback. Like, listen, calm down. You did it, blank, blinkety blank. Listen, calm down. I want to ask you one question. Have you ever answered the phone in your house and people think that you're your mom? Just really cut them deep. Cut them real deep. Like, do psychological damage. You make them grow up with a give them some trauma. I'm totally kidding. I am totally kidding. Fight fire with fire, They're already jacked up. Just jack them up some more. Just really, really make them crazy, Just push them all the way off the crazy ledge. The best trash talk in gaming is just stay polite, but address teenage boys as girls. That's... Wow, Lono got dark real fast. Yeah, just cut him real deep, Zubair. I've been called every name under the sun, says Quiet Shy Girl. I even got told to get back into the kitchen. I mean, I love going to the kitchen. I don't know why that's such a bad thing. Get in the kitchen. I mean, the kitchen's a great place. There's food there. I mean, I might have beer in the fridge. Like, what's the problem here? It's one of the best places in the house. It's where you make the chicken. Like, what's the deal? What's the problem here? I do that. They're yelling and screaming. I just keep saying, I don't speak to women that way. Miss, are you gonna grab the flag, Miss? Listen, Miss, I don't want to disrespect you, ma'am, but you really need to calm down and stop cursing at me. I am not a ma'am. I'm not a miss. Listen, whatever. Okay, well, what do you prefer that I call you? Lady, Mrs. Are you married? Do I need to call you Mrs.? And they're just freaking coming unglued. Like, I got battle. Just let them do it, man. Yeah, m'lady. There you go. We have almost 200 votes on the poll. Let's get some more votes on this poll. If you're just tuning in, we're discussing Call of Duty Warzone Verdansk map. It might return to only select platforms, according to an Activision spokesperson. The Warzone Verdansk map coming back is happening, but it's happening in 2023 on certain platforms, he said. So, do you think this could become an Xbox exclusive when this map comes back? Let us know by voting on the poll at the top of the chat. Yes or no? Most of you are saying no. You're like, nah, there's no way they do this. What's the point of this conversation? Lono is a certified PlayStation fanboy, and Xbox has stated in shareholder and public meetings that Xbox doesn't like exclusives and only do it because of PlayStation. Oh my gosh, there's one of them in chat. There's someone here. They're here, chat. I am a certified PlayStation fanboy. Yeah, they haven't sent me my plaque yet. I'm actually really irritated about that. I'm supposed to get a plaque that says certified PlayStation fanboy. Yeah. And also, I love this. This is my favorite. Microsoft only does exclusives because of PlayStation. Really? That's the only reason. That's it. They're sitting in a meeting and Phil Spencer's like, "What's up, guys? Can you believe this? Just a Sony. We only do this because of Sony, those big bullies. It's just not fair. 120 million consoles in circulation. The only reason we do this is because of them." Yeah, that's on public record that they only do exclusives because of PlayStation. There's not any other reason. Your screen is more red than blue today. Are you changing sides? Well, my branding is green. I got green lights down there on the floor where it belongs. I'm just kidding. And then I got green behind the displays. I don't understand, man. The Nintendo shirt is a red herring. PlayStation displays, Nintendo shirt, and then green lighting. I'm covering all my bases, okay? Listen, it's part of the contract. All right? Phil, if you're watching, you're so handsome. And I just want you to know that I love Xbox and I love Microsoft. Don't believe what this guy in chat is saying. Don't believe the lies, okay? I don't want to have to be like Johnny Depp and take you to court. If you've never been here before, we do a talk show Monday through Friday, and we cover variety gaming news. Make sure you hit subscribe and the bell button if you're enjoying the show. It's totally free to subscribe. It lets you talk in my chat, and subscribing doesn't cost anything. If you've ever considered doing a membership on YouTube, we do extra content for members. I'm not taking away content if you're not a member. I do an extra stream now on Thursdays and a Friday night stream with my wife that is members only. This Friday night is community game night, so get Fortnite installed and updated if you're a member and want to play. Lono, are you high? No. You drink your coffee out of a 3090? I'm just bringing the fire. We need it. We need energy right now. YouTube is not in our corner right now. They got to fix like 18 different things that they broke. So I'm carrying these streams on my dadgum back. Call me a PlayStation fanboy, and it's going to be Will Smith, not Johnny Depp. I love both sides. I do. I like both sides. I actually really like my Xbox Series X. I do. I take it into the living room, and it's super easy to move, and I play games on it with my kiddos. I think the interface is great. I think Game Pass is super awesome for trying out games, you know? And then when I want to play a game that, you know, looks amazing, single player, and is, you know, really high fidelity graphics and got great production, for now, I do that on the PlayStation, you know? Little brother syndrome is a mother. The best marketing Microsoft ever pulled is convincing their disciples that they're the underdog being picked on by the big blue meanie. Yeah, it's PlayStation, man. Big old bully PlayStation, dude. How dare they? How dare they? Xbox should release every game on every console, not online Call of Duty, but everything. I'm an Xbox player, but I do feel that good games should be played by everyone, and everything to Game Pass. Add everything to Game Pass? How would they make any money, JoJo? Like, I love you, brother, but that's you're all way out there in left field. There ain't no way. So what you're saying is you like watching movies on the PlayStation? Yeah. Returnal, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Yeah, those are movies. Yep. Yeah. They're great. Those are some of the best movies I've ever played. Wait, aren't you guys always arguing that the console war is over and Xbox lost and Sony is the giant? Sony is a giant. You did the convincing, not Microsoft. I think they're pushing back on the idea that the only reason Microsoft does exclusives is because of Sony. That just seems ridiculous. They're doing it because it's just part of the market. It's part of being competitive, right? I had to chime in to keep the train rolling today, Lono. Willie, just click the join button, Willie. Let's try an experiment. Willie, I want you to push the join button. I want you to give me $5 right now, okay? I want to see if this works. As a social experiment, I'm just going to start telling people to just become a member when they take a shot. We'll just see. You want to take a shot at me? All right. Then at least pay me. You play on the PlayStation because everyone in your house is trying to play on the Xbox. Maybe you need more Xboxes. Oh no, my kids only get to play a video game once a week. They only get to play once a week. I'm not raising drooling, media-addled brain children. My kids are going to run companies and countries, right? Like if you let your kids play video games every day, that's great. They'll make a great cashier at my daughter's business. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm kind of not, but I'm kidding. Maybe they become a shift manager. In any case, my kids only get to play video games once a week. A members only stream where we roast Lono when? I mean, what do you mean a members only stream, Quiet Shy Girl? That's every day. You don't even have to pay. You just do it. I'm just saying you should pay me if you're going to do it. That's all. Why play once a week? To be quite honest with you, I'm being serious and goofing at the same time. We very much limit screen time based on all the research. It's just not very good for young brains and development. Do whatever you can. Be the best parent you can. Try to apply the research in the areas that you can, Have them listen to audiobooks instead of watching shows, Yeah, that's every day. If you're just tuning in, we are discussing the Warzone Verdansk map coming back. But according to an Activision spokesperson, it'll be coming back next year, 2023, and on certain platforms. So we are discussing whether or not you think the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard will lead to Call of Duty Xbox exclusivity with maps, weapons, or the like. So we're curious what you think. Vote in the poll at the top of the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. Make sure and smash the like button. We are going to have to literally carry these streams on our frickin' back. So if we could get 200 likes and a bunch more votes on the poll, if you're lurking and listening, try and do those things every day. We are absolutely getting the snot kicked out of us by YouTube. I do not know what they did. We think we know, and we're hoping they fix it. There's a feature that's broken, and they're trying to implement it, and in the process, we have gotten murdered. So you guys need to do all those things to help us out. Butter says, not my kids. As long as they know how to use tech, that's all that matters, and this is a part of life. Yeah, that's it. That's the holistic, psychologically based approach, Butters. That's good. You keep on keeping on. Wait, it's 2023. Then yes, my original comp argument is blown out as the contract is up next year. Oh, really, Ant? So the PlayStation Call of Duty competitive contract is up next year. Yeah, when this guy said this, he specifically stated it's going to happen in 2023. Verdansk will come back. He's like, it'll come back, but it's going to come back in 2023. And he said on certain platforms. I think he's talking about mobile, personally. I don't think you would do this to your matchmaking funnel. That's my launching pad argument. It would be absolutely stupid to do this to your matchmaking. One of their biggest selling points is that the game is crossplay. The game is crossplay. Play with anybody. Play on any platform. Crossplay. You suddenly give Xbox an exclusive map. You just broke crossplay. That value for Microsoft players would fizzle really quick when they go to matchmake and they're like, we have like 1/3 of the typical player base to match with now. This isn't helpful. Weird that Call of Duty is taking a year off. Contract ends in 2023. Call of Duty gone until 2023. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Right, you think, Creature, they're anticipating the acquisition and they're going to need to take a completely different approach. Yeah, so there are people that were theorizing this the other day. They were saying, listen, the Microsoft acquisition is going to lead to the non-annual releases of Call of Duty. They think that the non-annual release is going to land Xbox only, or at the very least, Xbox exclusivity for a while, right? So the idea being, well, we're not doing a Call of Duty game every year. We're going to go every other year. And it just so happens that every other year is landing next year. And that every other year landing next year is basically pushing them right into the arms of Microsoft. So Microsoft buys them, acquisition completes, 2023 lands. Guess what? You got the Verdansk map coming back on certain platforms, and then you got a Call of Duty launching. So no Call of Duty launching this year. Like, a lot of people are seeing these stars aligning. I don't see them aligning. I'm just saying, you could probably make a pretty compelling case that it looks like the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard Activision is going to lead to this. You're going to have this exclusivity, and Microsoft's going to capitalize. I don't see them cutting off the largest portion of their player base, in effect, hurting the rest of the base by making maps exclusive. I actually agree with that. I think that's the most simplistic take you can take on this. I don't see it. It's like, your largest player base on Sony, you're going to cut them off, and you're going to hurt all of the player base. And the most pain would be felt by the people getting the map. Here's the map. Yay! Your matchmaking pool's a lot smaller now. Huh? Like, more likely to run into laggy players, more likely to get region mismatch, more likely to get match against players that are outside your skill spectrum. Like, all those things break down when you shrink your matchmaking pool. One of the primary reasons these companies moved away from monetizing maps is because it fragmented your player base. Yeah, man, I bought these new maps. This is awesome. One guy in the group's like, bro, I'm short on cash. I couldn't buy them. Are you freaking kidding? Okay. So when you play with that guy, you don't ever get to go on those maps. So it was like, it killed the value of owning the maps, and it killed the value of playing with your friends in one swing. It was like, okay. Oh, and by the way, it devalued the maps themselves, because by the time you could play on them, maybe everybody finally gets the maps, or maybe you're playing one day with somebody and a couple of your friends actually have the maps, and you get on the maps. Guess what? You have no idea where anything is. You have no idea. You've not learned them, the angles, the spawns, none of it, right? And when that happens, guess what? You're going to play poorly and not play as well, and now you're turned off and you dislike the thing you purchased. It's the whole thing folded in on itself. On what channel are member streams, and can I listen to them as a VOD? I need to become a member again, but waiting for my credit card company souvenir to solve some issues while it got stolen. No worries, JoJo. We do 2 members-only streams on this channel. On Reforge Gaming, we do an extra stream on Thursday afternoon, and we do the Friday night stream, okay? So we do member streams here. Over on Reforge Radio, we also do a member stream once a week with my wife. You can ask her about all the serious stuff that we've been covering, but that's on Reforge Radio. So if you want a membership on both channels, that's totally fine. It's $5 on each channel, $10 a month. You'll never miss a single thing. And yes, as a member, you can watch the VODs. That's why we have the question command here and the Madam command over there. If during the week you're like, I really want to know what Lono thinks about this, I won't be able to make it to the member stream on Thursday, you can use the question command and bank the question, and I'll answer it on Thursday for members. And then you can go watch the VOD later. Same when I stream with my wife. You can use the Madam command in the live chats over on radio and bank questions for my wife. So if you can't be there on Friday, you can still go back and watch the VOD and see what she said. So we're trying to offer value to you that you don't necessarily have to be present for, and $5 a month gets you into all of that. And if you're not a member, I don't want you to hear this and think we're doing a bunch of stuff without you. We added extra content that we were not previously doing. This is extra stuff. I'm doing 17 streams a week, and we put 3 of them up for members only. Everything else, you get 14 streams a week. Like, I don't want to hear any guff. And if anybody's going to unsub and leave over that, I'm afraid I literally can't do anything about that. We must do this, or we got to shut down. I need membership to go up, or we're done. Like, to be quite frank with you, if membership continued to dwindle and go down, we were not in a recoverable state. So we had to start to use the YouTube playbook, and the YouTube playbook is: you want members, you got to make membership content. I think it's safe to say something exclusive to Xbox is definitely coming to Xbox, probably regularly in the franchise going forward as well, specifically excluding PlayStation. In the Call of Duty franchise, you think? Zubair said, I saw an article that Netflix is losing subscriptions, so instead of dropping price or getting better content, they're going to crack down on password sharing. Bold strategy. Yeah, in the hopes that there's a couple 100,000 people that are like, oh, I suddenly can't use my friend's password. I better subscribe. Yeah. Excite Bike fanboy, I'm out of here. I just want to be allowed to become a member again. I know, Chris Lethal. It's so frustrating. How many people are trying to become members and can't because they jack something up there too? YouTube's in the business right now jacking stuff up. It means they're changing things and evolving things, which is good, but at the same time, it is dadgum painful to watch everything you've worked on go down because they're fiddling with knobs. It's a mental battle, man, every day to be like, well, let's just keep going. They're jacking everything up. Half a year of work, and they press the reset button. This is great. I don't care enough to pay for this now. Thanks for making it harder. Right, Zubair? Like, oh man, this sucks. I think what they're hoping is that, like, you're in the middle of a really good season and you just do it. It's almost like compulsory. You're like, oh, just fine. Here's my money. That's what I'm gonna do to get members. You know. Sorry, guys, midstream. Bam, just flip it over. Sorry, can't watch. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. But Netflix seems to be taking that approach. If Microsoft's first-party games leave and start their own streaming service, then yes, Game Pass is in trouble. Corey says, funny how the template model for Game Pass is working out. I kid, not really. I think Game Pass is working to a degree, but I don't think it's foolproof. Jojo says, I might do both when I get a new card and get all my stuff figured out with them. Sorry about the poor English. My phone keeps correcting to Dutch. You're fine. You're totally fine. Do you cheer for Holland? Do you cheer for Ned in soccer? I mean, I don't believe Zubair when he says that I hate the Dutch. I don't hate the Dutch. I actually have an orange orange. I have an orange hoodie. When I was in the Holland airport, I bought one. So Zubair's just a liar. Xbox will probably get extra zombie mode and maybe exclusive weapon skins. Listen, I could totally see them doing weapon skins or offshoot modes and stuff, but I cannot see them breaking the primary player funnel and revenue model. I can't see them doing that. There are too many people playing Warzone and spending money. No, not naranja, orange. Like they say orange. They're basically saying orange. To the Dutch, all I got to say is it wasn't a penalty. I stand with Zubair. You're assuming any company has the capability to leave Microsoft. They do not. Our chains are the strongest in the industry. You either conform or dissolve, but you never get away. That certainly is true. A lot of companies like, we can't get out of here, so we got to shut down. It's like Hotel California. You can't leave. What kind of person randomly feels the need to say I don't hate the Dutch? I never said that. Nobody else in chat's ever said that. I hate people who are intolerant of other people's cultures. And the Dutch. I think exclusive maps might only go to the standard multiplayer, not Warzone. Right, yeah, Robert. Even then, historically, that hasn't gone over very well for them. Right? Hey, somebody ordered some coffee. First coffee order of the day. 2 light roasts to Bobby Drake 3000. Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate that. We try to get 5 coffee orders a day and 5 new members. We got no new members yet, but we got our first coffee order. Who's going to be the next coffee order? Who's going to be our first new member of the day? There's a join button in the description. You can type !join in chat or click the join button. As an Englishman, I can objectively say it was a penalty. I can literally hear the Brit in that I can hear it. I can hear the British accent. As an Englishman, I can objectively say it was a penalty. I can hear it. I can hear it with a little sip of tea at the end, you know, just a little cuppa right there at the end of the sentence. Amsterdam's a wonderful city. Oh yeah, I've heard it's wonderful. I don't think standard multiplayer is usually crossplay. No, okay, so think of it from this respect then, Robert. Think of it from this respect. You're probably correct. So when you don't have crossplay turned on for the standard multiplayer, like in the smaller, like arena style, they have a smaller player pool already. And then if you immediately fragment that, you're hurting matchmaking. Like, traditionally, Titanfall, Call of Duty, Halo 5, they all said the same thing. They're like, it fragments the player base. So you're dealing with a smaller player base automatically. If you're like, yeah, the newest Xbox, the newest Call of Duty on Xbox, we're going to have some exclusive maps. Okay, you're fragmenting the player base automatically. If they're paid for, I suppose if they're totally free, then you're right, Robert. It would probably be totally fine. Smaller pool, but games only require 10 to 20 players. Right. They'd have to make them free, Robert. And at that point, then what's the benefit? We're just giving... You're not making money on the maps, just giving them to Xbox players for free? That doesn't make any sense mathematically. That's why I presumed in my pushback on what you were saying that it'd be paid for. Yo, JW coming in. First new member of the day. Enjoy the dope badge and emote. You're dope and deserve dope stuff. Enjoy the extra streams on Thursday and Friday nights. Don't forget, members or would-be members, this Friday night is community game night, so get Fortnite installed and updated. We're going to be playing no-build squads, so make sure that is downloaded and updated. Even if you don't like Fortnite, man, just come hang out. We're going to be having drinks and laughing. We are not going to take it that serious. I might convince Madam to come and play. She kind of perked up last night. She's like, I would like that if there's no building. I might get her to come and play. And like just literally hand her a controller and let her play Fortnite with you guys. I think it would be absolutely hysterical. And then she could shoutcast my playing. I think I'm gonna get her. I think I'm gonna get her to come down here Friday night and be a part of the action. It'll be good. It'll be good. Make sure you remember. You're not gonna want to miss that. All right. Listen, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna set a member goal. If between now and Friday, that's 3 days. If between now and Friday, if we get 10 members a day, if we can get 30 more members between now and Friday, that's 10 a day, I'll convince her to come down and be a part of the show on Friday. I'm like, babe, you got to. They hit the goal. So, try. We got one already. We got 29 left. I was laughing so hard when you did the discussion about making drugs or weed legal-ish. Being born and raised in Amsterdam, we have weed tourism. Oh, I bet you do. We love your hash bars. we love your hash bars. It's all going to be a matter of whether Microsoft chooses to make content exclusive and hope for a mass console switch, or if they put the content on PlayStation and charge for it. Corey, let's deal with the console switch, okay? Let's deal with the console switch. I don't even think they could remotely get enough people to do it. And if they couldn't even make enough consoles. There's so many PlayStation users that you would need to switch. Gifted subs, take off, 29 instantly? If we had gifted members, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? A 5 spot from Maddie Jarvis. If Xbox was exclusive content, it'd be similar to what Sony has now. Exclusive skins and double XP weekends for that platform only. Oh, I guarantee you, Maddie, that's a good point. I guarantee you the Call of Duty Xbox exclusive deal, like whatever they do, that's what it'll be. At the bare minimum, you'll see exclusive skins and double XP weekends. No doubt in my mind at all. There's zero doubt in my mind they'll do that. It's a huge, easy value sell, and it doesn't fragment your matchmaking. It doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt anything at all. Oh, we are finally getting some traction over there. What are we getting traction on? Oh, we're getting traction over on TikTok. We're getting traction on our Elden Ring video and our Amber Heard video. We're trying to get 1,000 followers over there so we can start multicasting, because live streaming over there is taking off, and we would be one of the highest quality streams over there. So if you use TikTok, I know it sounds crazy, but if you use TikTok, throw us a follow. It's Reforge TV, at Reforge TV. Same with Twitter and Instagram if you use those platforms. There was literally a TikTok ad on my TV last night. They're spending money, man. They're working. They're hustling. They're trying to get into the home now. Like, well, watch it on your TV. Anecdotal at best, says Eugene. When it came to Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 and during the initial map exclusivity stuff, I was a 360 main. I had a PS3. Those maps did not get me to change platforms. Yeah, I think maps, skins, and double XP, those are not console tectonic shifters. Does that make sense? You're not going to create a tectonic shift in the console world by doing that. Oh, but you get maps and guns and XP. That's not strong enough, bro. That's absolutely not strong enough. No way. That's not going to move people. And I got news for you. If somebody tried to use that as an argument that they'll go further than that, well, yeah, you're right, Lono. Maps and guns and double XP, that's not strong enough to move people. But what would be is you can only play it over here. Therefore, that's what they're going to do. No, I just don't think so. There's too many players on PlayStation. That's such a loss of revenue. Do a sales forecast of a game launching. Do a sales forecast of a Call of Duty launching on Xbox and PlayStation in 2023. Do a sales forecast, and then remove PlayStation from the forecast. That would literally make any shareholder nauseous. Like, oh golly, why? Well, we think scoped out for 3 years, it could lead to this many people coming to Microsoft. That's not enough. You're not going to get enough people. By the way, we don't have enough likes. Speaking of not having enough, we don't have enough likes. Can we get 200 likes? We only need 20 more. Smash that thumbs up button. Some people see a little cool animation now. Not everybody gets it. I don't get it, but you might get a little cool animation when you push that thumbs up button. Yo, what's good, old soul? The only thing it might do, says Robert, is help your decision to choose which console to buy it on if you have both. Yeah, I could see that, Robert, for sure. If you have both, you're like, well, I'm going to buy it over here. I get all the extras. The chat UI on mobile looks different. Did they do something, or was it a recent phone update? I don't know. Let me see if I have an update. They've shoved out some updates recently, and it has just it's really hurt us. So we're hoping that they start to push out some updates to rectify some of it. One of our channels got a new feature, and the others did not, and that channel is actually doing just fine in the one realm that the rest of our channels are not doing fine. I have updates on my iPhone right now. I'm downloading them to see. Distorted says, Madam doing an Elden Ring playthrough and having members be able to be summoned could be a pretty good incentive for people to become members. Just spitballing. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. We hit 500 members on this channel and on Reforge Radio, and the sky's the limit. We'll start doing all kind of stuff to incentivize membership to grow. It's an experiment. You get me to 500 members on both channel, and we'll do all kind of stuff. You got to get us into that position. That right there is a launching pad. We got to get there first before we start doing all kind of craziness. I tap the like button over and over so I can see the new animation. Just tap, untap, tap, untap, tap, tap, untap. It makes me feel good. It tickles my brain. All right, let me check the mobile to see if they've changed chat interface. Hey, there we are right there in the feed. Let me dismiss the poll, close the poll. It looks the same to me. It honestly looks the same to me. I'm not seeing a major difference. So, yeah. They continue to do updates, and we hope it helps, because it currently isn't. It currently is not. They have kicked us down a flight of stairs 6 months long. I caught myself hitting the like button nonstop to see the funfetti. Yo, Maddie Jarvis with another 5 spot. Thank you for the tip through Super Chat. In my opinion, free multiplayer maps are becoming the industry standard, like how crossplay is slowly becoming the standard too. Oh, I agree with you. I don't see them charging for these maps. So then the idea would be the maps are not generating revenue, but what the maps are doing is they're generating value, and so then people feel like they need to stay on Xbox. That's the only thing I could think. That's the only thing I could think. Like, if they want to do this, it wouldn't be about revenue generation. It would be about value generation. Hey, Call of Duty, Xbox exclusive, map, and XP, and guns. But you can't do that in Warzone. You cannot. So today's discussion centers around the idea the Warzone Verdansk map coming back. Confirmed by an Activision spokesperson, coming back in 2023, and he said on certain platforms. What does he mean by that? I switched from an iPhone 12 Pro Max to a 13 mini. It's been quite a transition. You look so tiny on the mini. In real life too, but especially on the mini. I mean, I understand doing that, Zubair. You know, I understand. You've got to artificially make me smaller to make yourself feel bigger. I get it. You know, we all have our thing, you know. It's fine. I mean, if you're that insecure, I mean, a tech purchase, you know, might help balance things out for you. I've got your Beetle voice going through my head. Just turn the volume down on and say rude things. She's a real drag. She's a real drag. We turn the sound down on her and we say rude things. I think that's a little more Lennon than George. No, it's not George. No, it's George. Yeah, it's George. That's a little more Lennon than George. You could have moved to America. You could have been a senior citizen. Now you're just an old man from Liverpool. But I'm clean. Are you? If you've not watched A Hard Day's Night, you need to. Bunch of knuckleheads, man. It's a great movie. I wonder if they want a console-only map to try and insulate them from the cheaters, maybe? I'm thinking of all the offshoots, all the possibilities. I'm kind of Doctor Stranging this. I have severe doubts that would be a motivation at Microsoft's level to institute a map exclusivity for anti-cheat. They would want to lean primarily on Activision to develop that as opposed to hurting, or maybe it increases the experience. There's competing value points there. You have the competing value point of increasing the value for the Xbox consumer by minimizing cheating, but then you have the other competing value point because you're devaluing their experience by shrinking the map-making pool and hurting crossplay, which means matchmaking takes longer, which means they might play against laggy players, they might get region mismatch, which means connection integrity goes down. If connection integrity goes down, then the value of the maps go down, the value of the games go down, the value of the games go down. Does it really matter if you're not getting cheaters in your game? I don't think so. I don't think that would be a strong enough motivator, Valiant. It's not bad, but I don't think so. It's not necessarily a bad idea. Like, hey, we really think this would help insulate the Xbox platform and the ecosystem to protect them against cheaters. But there's a snag in your theory. And the snag in your theory is that you could play on PC still through the Microsoft platform, could you not? Eugene saying you could cut PC out and leave Xbox and PlayStation players together. You couldn't just insulate Xbox. Yes. See, yeah, the optics on that would be terrible, and let me explain why, Valiant. It's a cool theory, but here's why the optics would be so bad on that. You have an entire community saying, so what you're telling me is you now own the Call of Duty property, and you acknowledge that cheating is a problem, but you only care about insulating Microsoft players from the cheaters. You could insulate all of us from the cheaters by basically saying that PlayStation and Xbox players do not have to play against PC. The optics on that would be bad. People would look at that and say, you don't care about us, bro. We pay and support this game, play this game, and you own this game. You don't give a frick about us. I think the optics would be bad. Wow, I love how you just broke that down. You should do that more. I typically do it all up here. I'm Doctor Stranging throughout the day. I've talked to people about this. Apparently, I'm not normal. Apparently, I am not normal, and I have a hyperactive brain. I've had people tell me that I would be on the spectrum of something if I was, if I would have gotten like diagnosed by somebody. I don't care to do it. I just live life. It's not hindering my everyday. It seems to enhance it and help me do what I do. I apparently have a hyperactive brain. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but, you know, it helps me do this. It helps me read 3 chats and check out metrics and analyze patterns and rhythms in speech and think about what I should do next, say next, anticipate fewer bumps. Hey, now's a great time to mention this, right? That's why I don't think it'll be a problem for me to simulcast on TikTok, because I can read it all at the same time. Mrs. Bloodhound, you're from the Netherlands? Really? I love watching them play. Such a good team. They danced circles around Germany that one year in the Euro. It was so fun watching them play. Jeff B., we have plenty of international companies headquarters in London. That doesn't make them British. Governments protect their own, so they will not care that what Microsoft does with Call of Duty. I'm not sure. I didn't catch what you guys were debating. Lono just switched to Kessel Run and 12 parsec speed. That's how I think. That's how my brain operates all the time. The least funny thing about A Hard Day's Night is the music, with the exception of the title song. The older Beatles music was a little bit sing-songy. It's always in that up and down kind of head bob rhythm. Yeah, older Beatles music is it's not that it's bad, it just isn't all that wonderful to listen to, you know. I wanna hold you. It's just got this sing-songy up and down. It's not, I don't know. As somebody who played the drums, I'm just always kind of like, it's not, again, bad music. Their later music was, I think significantly more, it was more transcendent, right? Sgt. Pepper's and the White Album are probably their most transcendent albums. But old Beatles songs are not as transcendent as Sgt. Pepper and the White Album. You're right, Activision doesn't care about us. Valiant says, I do that too. People at work voice ideas, and I go off into my own world and process the connotations I get. Do you not like the idea all the time? Yeah, my wife will be like, where are you right now? What are you doing? I'm like, give me a second. I go like this. I'm like, and I kind of look down, and I'm like, and she's like, where are you at right now? I'm like, hang on. I'll do that. I'll be talking about the business, and all of a sudden I'll look up, and I'll be like, hang on. And I'll be thinking, and she'll be like, what are you doing? Stop. It's like I'm piecing it together. I've got something. There's something here. Don't interrupt me. They were good until they started doing drugs. But that was around Sgt. Pepper and White and the White Album. The Beatles suck. Oh, shut up, Unatoned Gaming. Not everything can be Pantera and Megadeth and Metallica. I'm just assuming that's your poison. I'm just totally assuming. Weren't good? Oh, I misread that. They weren't good until they started doing drugs. Okay, all right. We don't want to put that out into the world. Listen, kids. Ignore Eugene. He's not saying to go do drugs. He's not saying that. I love how if I think, well, the least charitable way to say this, I can look up and see what Eugene wrote. I actually don't like the Beatles either. I never got them. It's okay to not like them, but to say they suck, like between them and Elvis, they inspired and spawned an entire generation of music. The music, you have no Foo Fighters without the Beatles. Like, what are you talking about? You're close. Try heavier than those bands. Oh, I have Slipknot. I don't know. Today's the perfect day to start if you were going to. Wait, gonna start doing what? Paul McCartney dead, the great hoax. Oh, yeah, man. So funny. K. Smitty says, I've been called and reported as a cheater multiple times because I'm a lot better than most, but I've never ran into a single one myself after playing since the beginning of the game. I don't understand how people don't run into Call of Duty cheaters. Are all the clips that we see basically what? Just are Call of Duty cheaters just primarily targeting content creators? Are we getting such a select sampling? You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Lamb of God, Killswitch Engage, Sepultura, As I Lay Down. Yeah, just list them all. Revolutionary music doesn't sound revolutionary if you grew up post-revolution. Oh, for sure. For sure. Uncle Brad says you're not normal. If you're just tuning in, we're getting on a side tangent about music, but we are primarily today, the subject is the Warzone Verdansk map returning or coming back. Confirmed by an Activision spokesperson, it will be returning next year, 2023, and the spokesperson said it will be on some platforms. Now, that's leading people to theorize a couple of things. The annual release of Call of Duty has been stopped, meaning there will not be a Call of Duty release this year. The annual release is going to probably turn like biannual, which can't biannual mean twice a year and also every other year? What the frick? Anyway, every other year will likely be now the release pattern for Call of Duty as their main titles, and people are saying that everything lines up. There's a PlayStation Call of Duty competitive contract that expires next year, 2023. There is no Call of Duty this year, which means there'll be a Call of Duty next year, 2023. And now we have an Activision spokesperson saying, yes, the Call of Duty Warzone Verdansk map is going to be returning in 2023, and he says on some platforms, right? So there's people that think this means Call of Duty Xbox exclusivity is coming. It's going to be a thing. These are all of the tea leaves and the breadcrumbs and the hints and the clues that this is coming and this is going to happen and be a thing. And I think that... Oh, somebody just went over and liked like 15 videos on TikTok. Thank you for doing that. Holy frick. I'm always like, oh, I got a bunch of likes. Oh, it's one person. Biannual means every two. Biannual is twice a year. Biennial is every two. Oh, biennial is what I should be saying. Oh, thank you for educating me. I didn't realize there was a word. You dummy. Semi-annual is twice a year. All right, anytime someone insults me, I'm going to say this. Click the join button, Mithrax. I'm at least going to try and make money out of the insults. I'm just kidding, Mithrax. I think you're a member over on radio. I think you just rejoined a couple of days ago. But why aren't you a member here? I'm just kidding. See, PlayStation, you see? No maps for you, says Hilly. Here they come. Here they come. Hilly, where's Mo? Where's Mo? Is he passed out with an Xbox controller in his hand? Did he play Halo 2 late or something? Like all the Xbox fans know where all the other Xbox fans are and what they're doing at all times. Is biennial new? I'm with Old Soul. What did Old Soul say? I've never heard anyone say biennial. Yeah, maybe people were saying biennial and it sounded like biannual and we were just misunderstanding them. Biennial, taking place every other year. It's a word, it's here, it's in the dictionary. Oh, it's commonly used to refer to plants. It's a biennial plant. No. I have heard this before in reference to plants. Botanical language is where it commonly shows up. A plant that takes 2 years to grow from seed to fruition and die. A biennial plant. Yep. I knew. I was like, I know that word sounds familiar. Yep. It can be used in botanical language. Still on Anchor also. We're moving everything back to Anchor. Yes. We're moving everything back to Anchor, and we're going to start being able to do members-only audio stuff on Podbean and Anchor. We're working on that right now. So if you're like, oh, I can't catch the Madam podcast, but I'd love to listen to it, but I'd rather not do it on YouTube, that's fine. We'll be adding that as soon as it's possible. We're working on that at the moment. Everything is there. Yeah, creatures moving stuff around. Actually, no, we will no longer be on Podbean. I misspoke. I forgot. We went through this yesterday. We will no longer be on Podbean. If you want to do members-only audio content, that will be on Anchor very soon. That'll be on Anchor very, very soon. It will not be on Podbean because Podbean convinced us to switch, and it cost us money, and they made us none. So thanks, Podbean, for quite literally nothing. Well, actually, not nothing. You just took money from us. Great. Anchor, Anchor audio is available now on Anchor right now. Wait, you got it set up? They can go pay? How'd you do that? Working your magic. Okay. Audio is available. Members only audio is available over there right now. I did not know that you got that all squared away. That's pretty fast. I had a bad lip reading episode with you and Madam. Not the members, just the audio. Oh! I was gonna say, man, how'd you do that? That's pretty impressive. You got all that sorted out. It looks like we got host read ads turned on, so we might get that over there. Finish up Anchor payments. Yeah, it still wants me to finish all that up, and subscriptions. So we'll be able to put on listener support, subscriptions, members, and all that other stuff over there on Anchor. So if you enjoy YouTube, don't worry about anything that we're talking about. Just come back to YouTube and click the join button. We love to get 5 new members a day. We have 1 new member today and 1 coffee order. So do me a favor. Decide to order some coffee or become a member. What are you drinking every morning for coffee? What are you drinking? And how does it compare to Rageless Roast? You won't know if you don't order it and try it. Try a bag of light roast, and it'll convert you. It will. And consider becoming a member today here on this channel by clicking the join button, using the join command in the description, or typing !join in the chat. That'll get you access to our members only content on Thursday afternoons and Friday nights. I just enabled it, but I did not have the correct info. Yeah, and I gave them the correct info, and the dadgum thing broke. So I guess we'll try again this afternoon and see if they're not being stupid. Your coffee's addicting. Thank you. I appreciate that testimony in chat. Keep in mind, the coffee's not a sponsor, by the way. That's ours. Like, it is our coffee. Like, my wife and kiddos bag it up and send it to you with little thank you notes. This bag's getting a little beat up, but it's delicious coffee. The balanced acidity is why you should try it. If you've never had coffee with balanced acidity, that is why you should try ours, because it makes it very smooth. The person that said some platforms and except PlayStation, Xbox, PC ain't called platform for me, it sounds weird. He said on certain platforms, right? Here's my issue. Here's why. Let me push against my own theory. Okay, let me push against my own theory. He says certain platforms, and he says it plural. So my theory struggles a little bit, right? I'm not a good enough Xbox shill that we need Mo every time. You're doing fine. You're doing fine, Distorted, but dude, Mo goes all the way. You know what I'm saying? Never go full Xbox. Mo goes full Xbox, okay? Distorted, you don't, and neither does Hilly. Mo goes full Xbox. In any case, this guy said certain platforms, plural. Certain platforms, plural. So that doesn't necessarily sound like mobile. Now, I could say maybe he means the mobile platforms, plural, because there's not one mobile platform. There's Android and Apple. There's Android and iPhone. I just don't know. My friend is flying in the U.S. next month. I'll have him buy some of your coffee and bring it here to Saudi Arabia. Oh, nice, Mithrax. Don't buy Loney's coffee. It gives you magnetic powers and 5G reception. Hey. Nobody else has reported that, all right? That's a South Korean thing or something. You're over there. I don't know. Maybe that's in the water or something. If you get the gift of flight next month, or you start moving things with your mind, that's not from us. All right, our coffee doesn't do that. That's something over there. All right. I forgot that PC is part of the Xbox ecosystem. Zubair says, don't do that. You'll get hooked and we'll have to pay a fortune for shipping. We literally do everything I can to keep. We do everything we can to keep the shipping down. It's so tough, man. It's like there's not a cheap way to ship anything right now. It's just the reality. There will be a new Call of Duty this year, says Casey. Wait, what makes you say that? They literally said the opposite of that. I don't know, Lono. I've refrained from reporting that. I too have 5G reception now. Oh, for Pete's sakes. I still have a step up. Still a step up from my old coffee. I was only getting 3G reception. I heard we love people from Netherlands. We do. We do, Mrs. Bloodhound. I do. The Elden Ring tutorial is now unmissable. Yeah. I saw that, Eugene. I mean, you're sending a package halfway around the world. That should probably have some cost. We're spoiled. Listen, I just want a teleporter. Is that too much to ask? It's 2022. You know? We didn't get hoverboards. We didn't get flying cars. The least you could give me is a dadgum teleporter so I could teleport this coffee to people and save on shipping. I don't think I'm asking for too much. I really don't. I don't. I think it's totally reasonable. You want to teleport for free. Yeah. Come on. Elon Musk said that we're on the verge of things becoming so cheap and accessible that we will have everything we need at little cost, right? Here, bring it on, baby. Give me free teleportation. Get the frick out of here. So dadgum broken. No, right. Sure. So broken, creature. No one apparently is searching for any of this. What a freaking joke. Modern Warfare 2 is already done, says K. Smitty. The devs are proud of their game and want it out. It will come out early this year. Wait. So they just got done saying that they're going to move away from Call of Duty annual releases, and you're telling me that they're going to say that. They're going to say that, and then they're going to turn around and do it anyway? Huh? I don't understand. They just got done saying they're not doing annual releases. Vanguard came out last year. To me, did I misread it? It's after this year. They're skipping 2023's release. Is that true? They literally just told you they're going to hold it. I don't know, creature. Did we misreport on that? They might have said they're skipping next year. This year is the last back-to-back. Oh, 2023 will be skipped. They literally just told you they were going to hold it. So if Modern Warfare 2 comes out next year, then we have to wait till 2024? Casey says they should be announcing at the end of this month and early next month. So I misunderstood the announcement. I thought we're moving away from an annual release, meaning nothing's coming out this year. Yes, 2023 is being skipped. Okay. Reforge updates, fake news, people. The next release will be the last one, then no more annual releases. I don't think we ever made a video that said that there was no Call of Duty coming this year. Our video simply said they are moving away from the annual release format. I think just a moment ago I said that they're skipping this year. That was incorrect. I don't think our Reforge updates, I don't think I said that. I think I simply said they're moving away from the annual release format, and in so doing, they will be moving to an always-on format, right? When they move to the always-on format, that'll be basically the way forward. So it'll start next year is the only thing. I was reading into it so much assumption. I was like, oh, that means we're not getting one this year, you know? Modern Warfare 2 will be the first 2-year title. Right, it'll be the first to start the 2-year cycle. Got it. Got it. Trust me, the updates audience loves when we are wrong about anything. You say one wrong word and I hear about it for days. That's good for engagement. Maybe we should do that more often. Get stuff wrong. I'm just kidding. Activision said that instead of Call of Duty 2023, they might do a Black Ops remaster. I saw an article headline about it. So they're going to move away from annual releases, and then they're going to go to remasters. I could see that. If we were wrong about it, we'd have known. That's right. So we might be on the cusp of some big announcements. Apparently, Sony has some big announcements. Apparently, there's a big Call of Duty announcement coming. And then they just recently said this about the Warzone Verdansk map coming back, saying that, listen, it'll be on certain platforms, leading many to speculate Call of Duty Xbox exclusive is about to become a reality, okay? And Modern Warfare 2 won't have any exclusivity. There's no way. That's already built, and the contracts are probably already signed and locked in. But next year you could see some things change in Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone is where you might see things change, because the competitive PlayStation contract ends next year. That's what Ant said. We've got an Activision spokesperson saying Verdansk is coming back next year to certain platforms. Platforms being plural, I think, does weaken my theory. My theory is Verdansk will come to mobile. But when he says certain platforms plural, I think that hurts my theory, because certain platforms doesn't sound like mobile to me. That sounds like a console thing. That's the kind of language you would use with respect to consoles. That's how you would frame it. That's how you would envision it. Like, if he's thinking about it in his brain and he's envisioning in his mind, when he says certain platforms, I don't know. That doesn't sound to me like a mobile thing. I still hold to my position that that's the most likely outcome, is that that's what they're talking about, and he could be thinking about, like, oh, Android and iPhone are platforms. According to the Sony timeline, they should be dropping the first 2 live service games and then one every week for the next 2 years. Apparently, according to insiders, there is a PlayStation live service announcement coming that's going to be absolutely insane. They've been working on it for 5 years. No. It might not be a live service. I might be conflating the two. Apparently, there's some crazy announcement on the way. Something that's been worked on for 5 years. That's going to be, apparently, it's going to be mind-blowing. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. And there's actually some people that are arguing that, like, Sony's move toward live service is going to be a mistake. I don't think so. Warzone 2 will be next year, likely. iPhone and Android are platforms, just like the Xbox and the PS5 are platforms. Yes. So you could argue and support my theory that the Warzone map returning next year could land on iPhone and Android. And when he said certain platforms, that's what he had in his mind. He was thinking about those 2 platforms. The only problem I have with that is that I don't think people think that way. I think most people think of mobile as the platform. iPhone and Android are just the hardware. Like, and I know you might say, well, no, there's console, and then there's 3 different consoles, and then there's mobile, and there's 2 different mobile. You're not wrong, but I would, if I had to put money on the table, I think most people, if they thought of mobile, they'd be like, oh no, yeah, the mobile platform. They wouldn't be like, oh no, there's multiple platforms on mobile. Now that, again, that's just a guess. That's like a, Family Feud thing. We polled 100 people and we asked them about this. What do they think? I think that's what they would say. They would say, yeah, mobile is a platform. It's almost like you can play on the PlayStation platform, but there's a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 4 Pro, a PlayStation 5, right? I don't know. What do we all think about the upcoming Godzilla and King Kong event for Season 3? I'm actually really hyped. It could be amazing. These big live events they do for these BRs are actually pretty dope. Jubair says, yeah, but those two mobile universes have very different logistics and economics. That's true. That's true. What if they bring it to VR, says Valiant? So the different platforms there? Maybe. Maybe. Bringing the Verdansk map, what, to a Call of Duty VR experience? Hang on a minute. Hang on. The phrasing of the article. See, I need to find the direct quote. We need to find the direct quote because let's break this down even further. Let's not get pedantic, but I think we can break this down further. I have a question. Has the Verdansk map ever been on mobile? Has it ever been on mobile? That's my question. Because I have a whole logical breakdown already created and ready to fire if it's been on, if Verdansk has been or has not been on mobile. That's what I need to know. Who here has played Call of Duty Mobile, and has it ever had the map, the Verdansk map? I think it's a mistake. Live service is not Sony's wheelhouse. Most of their customers, including myself, aren't interested. No, Verdansk has never been, says K. Smitty. Okay. So, there's a problem with this phrasing then. There is a significant problem with this phrasing. I don't think Call of Duty Mobile has BR, did it? Is Call of Duty... What's Call of Duty Mobile let you do? Call of Duty Mobile modes. What do they have? They have Frontline, Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, Domination, Free-for-all, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint, Gunfight. Wait, so they don't even have a BR mode on Call of Duty Mobile? They just have the basic modes. Search and Destroy, Domination, Free-for-all, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint. I played Call of Duty Mobile and it was arena stuff. Oh, my argument just got a little... Hang on. I'm ready. You guys ready? I'm ready to fire this off. If, conditional, if the phrasing from this Activision spokesperson was that they will be bringing back Verdansk at some point in 2023 on certain platforms, then it cannot include mobile. It can't. That doesn't even make sense. Because they have no BR, which means they've never had the map, which means it cannot come back. I need the direct quote, because I want to see how he phrased it. We got to try to find the direct quote here, because the article I read did not have a direct quote. It had like that summary statement. Let me see if Game Rant references the actual interview. Because you wouldn't say it's coming back. Yes, they have a BR. I mean, I just Googled it and I couldn't find evidence of a BR. I have played it. Warzone Mobile is on the way, so the argument still stands. Yeah, but not that phrasing. The Call of Duty Warzone mobile game is rumored to feature Verdansk. Hang on, what are they linking to here? Call of Duty Warzone mobile leak reveals map details. Hang on a minute. Hello? sorry, we're having the coffee replenished and it's a dadgum nightmare every time. Like, I don't think there will ever be a time when the coffee shows up when it's supposed to. Ever. I don't think it'll ever happen. They said, oh, it's here. Let's schedule it. Okay, it'll be there on the 18th. Nope, didn't show up. And now I'm being told it's on its way to Columbus and they're anticipating like middle of next week. I'm like, I tell you what, why don't you call me when it's actually like on the road that I live on? Because everything else that you say is literally a lie. I have never, and I mean never, we have been doing freight deliveries of coffee since early last year, 2021. Not a single time have I ever been told anything that is true. It is unbelievable. Don't tell me anything. I don't care if it's delayed or slow. I get that things are crazy. Stop telling me things that aren't true. That's more irritating than waiting. Just tell me we have no freaking idea. We will call you once it's in the city. Stop telling me stuff that isn't true. Every time they tell me, oh yeah, it'll be here, it'll be da-da-da-da, I'm like, yeah, sure. And I hang up the phone, I'm like, yeah, no, it won't. Like, I have zero confidence in freight delivery in the United States right now. It is a literal joke. It is a literal joke. Verdansk will be returning to certain platforms this year. Oh, let me listen to this. Hang on a second. So we have a quote on Reddit. I gotta let me get the right audio source here so we can listen to this. I can't hear. Oh, wait.
Related to POIs, and we're trying to do more around changing that map, season to season. Verdansk will be coming back, but it will be coming back, sometime next year. I don't want to give too much away, but that map will be coming back on certain platforms sometime next year. And like I said, we have a new Warzone 2.0 experience that will have a new big map.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, that doesn't sound like mobile to me, chat. Listen how he says this.
But it will be coming back or around changing that map, season to season. Verdansk will be coming back, but it will be coming back, sometime next year. I don't want to give too much away, but that map will be coming back on certain platforms sometime next year. And like I said, we have a new Warzone 2.0 experience.
It's so intentionally vague, it could mean anything. Yes, but here's the thing. Saying something is coming back on certain platforms, there is literally no way he's envisioning mobile in his mind when he says that. Like, my initial theory this morning was they're probably talking mobile. Now that I actually hear the quote, no. Coming back? That he couldn't possibly be thinking about mobile. I mean, no, hang on. Let me make one accommodation here. He could be saying it went away and it's coming back, but to certain platforms. He could be thinking about mobile because, hey, Call of Duty community, we know you really miss Verdansk. It's coming back, but, not in the way that you think. So there is one very slim possibility that in his mind, coming back is just quite literally, it's completely unavailable right now, and it will be coming back and making a return in a very unique way. Coming back, certain platforms, it could be coming back to the game. Yeah, and there's a Warzone 2.0 experience. Yeah, they've made it clear that they're building Warzone 2. Like, we know that's coming as well. Yeah, we know that's coming as well. Possibly next gen, maybe. Don't lie, that was the Boomstand people. They saw what you did and heard what you said. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't return it. I should have. I don't ever have time to mess with that kind of crap. It's so frustrating when that kind of thing happens because I just don't have the time. I quite literally don't have the time to return your crappy boom mic, Avermedia. You've inconvenienced me and taken my money. It's so annoying. We need more quotes. We don't have enough data. Yeah, we're trying to slice a quote, which obviously gives us a discussion point and something to break down and something to consider and argue about. Again, I think this is a great topic and a great lead, but you know, we're at the mercy of we're at the mercy of a lot right now. So the turnout has just been unbelievable. If they can fix whatever's going on, you guys have really shown how strong our core audience is. So that's encouragement in the midst of the frustration with whatever YouTube's freaking doing. Because man, I thought that this is an absolute zinger. This is an absolute banger of a topic, and it's just, man, it's just so odd. I got another article here saying about the leak. It reveals what mobile ports map will be like, and it should prove particularly interesting for longtime players. So the Verdansk on Warzone Mobile is not the same Verdansk we played before on PC console, says this person. It's a mashup of certain POIs and new POIs. It looks pretty cool. So these people are saying it's actually a different version of Verdansk, right? So again, I just really don't know if that means you can say, oh, it's coming back. That sounds like a completely separate thing. I think if there's only Verdansk in Warzone 2, fans aren't going to be very happy. What if it's a big experiment, though? What if it's a big, giant experiment and they're like, hey, what's going to be the easiest way to get everybody to switch over to Warzone 2? A really great way to do that would be to actually say, we are... I can't even see viewer activity like super chats and members. That's so weird. Like, we're gonna put Verdansk in the new Warzone experience because that'll get everybody to switch over. Autocorrect strikes again. What kind of samples are you running? Lab instrument. Gassy chromatography. What, huh? If Caldera is still there, players will be ticked because Caldera is butt. Verdansk plus a new map would get me to try. That's my thought, is this could be, there could be a bit of brilliance here. They could say, listen, one of the best ways to get people to switch over, and one of the best ways to get people to move would be to say, hey, let's launch, let's bring back Verdansk, but let's put it in Warzone, and then that'll get so many people to leave behind the old version and the old Warzone. This is the thing that GTA is facing, right? GTA 5, so massively and insanely successful, and then what? Well, I mean, what are they supposed to do? They make tons of money, and it keeps making money, and it keeps going. And when that happens, you can become a victim of your own success. Like, how do you launch the next game? No news today? Yeah, we thought God of War might do something today. Santa Monica says, 4 years ago today, God of War released. We're grateful to all of you who joined Kratos and Atreus on their journey, and we're so proud of the team who's working to bring it to life. While we're not ready to share an update about what comes next, here's a quick message from Corey. There you go. God of War Ragnarok has spoken. More hype, nothing new. Yeah. Jacob says, I've heard that your Warzone 1 skins and stuff won't transfer to Warzone 2. Was it you that covered that? Because I don't remember. I did not cover that. No. I don't know how anybody could have any concrete information about that right now. Warzone 2 has been talking about, as far as I've seen it, it's purely talking about in concept and scope right now. They've not gotten into any specifics. About it. So I think that'd be incredibly weird for anybody to be saying that definitively right now. Warzone 1 skins won't transfer. They said it. Wait, they actually said that? They specified that already? Let me Google it. Warzone 1 skins won't transfer. Let's see what we got. I got a Reddit. Let me go to news. Warzone cheaters, hacks, Rebirth Island. I'm not seeing a single headline about this. That doesn't mean it's not been stated, but I'm not. This would have been covered, I imagine. October 24th, I see the only skins that won't transfer over are the console system exclusive ones. For example, if there's a PlayStation exclusive skin. Warzone 2 is going to be a standalone separate from the main titles. It's a new game. Warzone will be a standalone. Looking up that way will show you what you want to find to show your side. Bad research method. Shut the frick up, Butters. Like, what? Shut up. Like, no, what? Shut up. Be quiet. Think about it, Lono. How likely are you to buy a bunch of new Warzone skins in abundance if you are already sitting on a fat pile of skins? I get what you're saying, Distorted. I get what you're saying. But they're going to tick off a lot of people. It's that catch-22, right? It's the catch-22 of how confident are people going to be buying skins in the new game? How confident will they be? But at the same time, if you let everybody bring their skins over, is that going to slow down purchase? I don't think they'd announce that skins aren't transferring. It would stop people from buying them. Right, like that's why I'm saying that would be a headline. If Activision or the developers came out and said that already right now, do you know how many people would be like, well, I'm not buying skins anymore. Why would I buy skins? Well, why would I do that? And before someone says NFTs would save this, oh golly. Yeah, announcing that made me not want to buy anything else for the current game. But they didn't announce it. I'm not seeing a single report of it. That would be a major headline. That would be a huge headline. Activision officially announces Warzone 1 skins won't transfer to Warzone 2. That would have been covered by every gaming news outlet in existence. Games Radar, Game Rant, The Gamer, IGN, Game Informer. They all would have reported on that. Warzone 2 will be next gen only. No way. No way. No, creature. Would you have any info to back that? Why would they need to say that though? Because they're going to an always-on model. Imagine Fortnite 2 launching and you not being able to take all your skins into Fortnite. You're taking a healthy, functioning, always purchasing, bought-in, loyal currency revenue stream. And you're going to say, none of that comes with you. All of the... Think of it this way. All of their internal research probably shows you what? What do we know about people that buy cosmetics? They keep buying. And there's tons of whales that keep buying. Why would you want to smack them right across the mouth and be like, come start all over? It's already proven that they keep buying, so they would keep buying even if they could bring it all with them. If anything, they're more likely to buy when you do the goodwill gesture of being like, everything comes with you. You don't lose a single dadgum thing. Think of all those loyal spenders having to spend all that cash again. Not again, they would keep spending. TJ Rage with a $5 tip. Speaking of skins, with the recent reveal of the Snoop Dogg skin, what other new pop culture skins would you like to see added to Warzone? I mean, you have to ask chat. I don't really care. I don't play, and I don't care to play as a pop culture icon in a video game. Thank you for the $5 tip. It's on Google when you search. It says they said it 2 days ago. Who's reporting on it? Sideline Project podcast. What news outlets reporting on that? The logic checks out. The things won't transfer. I just don't think that they would announce it. I actually think we're in a new era, and I think the logic also checks out. I think both results could happen. I think you could logically and make a strong case for both. There's a strong case to be made for both. We have an existing, healthy, spending consumer base. They will continue to spend because they've continued to spend. It's not like because they have 25 skins right now, they're less likely to buy another one, right? That doesn't track. Because these companies keep cranking out skins and these people keep buying them, right? So I think they could logically look at their consumer base and say, they're gonna keep spending, and we might actually increase the likelihood of them to keep spending if we let them keep everything. I'm not arguing the rightness or the wrongness of it. I'm saying we're in a new era of the ongoing, always online, ever-present game. Think of the expectation people have about, metaverse and taking everything with you, and this is an extension of who they are, and this is their hobby, and blah, 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 blah. This isn't Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. It's not a loot-based game where they got to reset the loot pool. These are skins. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying you can't just out of hand dismiss this and say, oh, it's a brand new game. What do people expect? What do you mean, what do people expect? Did you expect 5 years ago that we would be where we are right now with gaming and battle royale games and always online games and the rise of live service? And do you think anything that we didn't know this was going to be happening? It's a new industry. It's a new game. It's a new idea to a certain extent. How about those who are new to Warzone 2 and see skins they can't get in the game that they play, they have to buy another game to get them? Just playing devil's advocate. I think that's already a thing, is it not? You can't get certain skins and stuff unless you were around. I don't know. You know what? You might have just made a good argument, Valiant, to do it. And then you could literally have a Warzone 1 storefront. Oh, you like that skin you saw that guy wearing? No problem. Head over to the Warzone 1 storefront. It's there. You got to buy it. Creature says the entire reason they are making a new version of the game is because they have skins and guns from 4 titles smashed into one game. Why would they create that problem again? I mean, I think that's perfectly good pushback against what I'm saying. I'm simply saying, from a business perspective, that was the primary argument I was seeing. Oh, if they bring all their skins, they won't buy anything. I disagree. I don't think that's a strong enough argument. I think there's a stronger and more compelling business argument to be made to let them keep everything, because right now they've proven that they just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and adding to their collection. If you reset their collection, it might really sour that idea and that motivation and that feeling. They might feel like you just betrayed them. So I think to a certain degree that both sides could make, I think, a compelling argument. Now, if there are technical reasons, if at a technical level they're like, look, man, we can't do that. I think that's a stronger argument than anything. If there's literally technical reasons that they can't and don't want to do that, it's too problematic. That's the strongest argument on the field right now. Everything else is speculation about customer incentivization and what customers will respond negatively to or well to. Your argument's strong if Warzone's not staying online, but it is. You'll be able to play Warzone. You'll just be able to play Warzone 2 as well. Okay, well, here's the thing. There's got to be a strong invested interest to get people to switch over. Because Warzone 2 won't go anywhere if you have a bunch of people staying on Warzone 1. The only way games like this work is you need this absolutely massive funnel of players. That's what they need. So I don't know. It's that delicate balance of you've got to have people. You've got to have people in the funnel, And if you let everybody just kind of stay back where they originally were, it'll really, really make the new game struggle. So, you know, it'll have new maps. Sure, I know. I'm not saying that there won't be reasons to bring everybody over. Which, again, is it confirmed, Creature, or are you speculating? Is it confirmed that it's going to be a next-gen only title? Because I think that's bonkers. That's just absolutely bonkers. They said that they have to build it standalone because the game is so big and smashed together. Remember, they said they can't find problems. Yeah, I remember that. I remember reporting on that. That is true. They did indicate that. Tom Henderson leaked. Warzone 2 is literally that. Warzone 2. Current gen and PC only. No past weapon integrations, etc. A completely new game for the better hardware. Okay, so if Tom Henderson's right, if his leak is locked in, and he's usually correct. He's been incorrect a couple of times, but if he's correct, I think that's just frickin' bonkers. That is so many people. Yeah, here we go. Earlygame.com reporting on it as well. Details surrounding Warzone 2, that it will be next gen and PC exclusive. Come on. Warzone 2 is going to be a next-gen exclusive. Yeah, and say they're quoting Henderson here. He's saying current gen and PC only. So we're going on the basis of a reputable or reliable leaker. That just feels absolutely freaking bonkers. I mean, I get it. I totally get why they would do it, but I just feels like, I guess if they do it and they maintain Warzone 1 and they keep Warzone 1 going really, really, really strong because it's making so much money, it might actually be like a stroke of brilliance, right? You have so many people currently playing Warzone 1, and then Warzone 1 just keeps generating money, just keeps printing money. It's insanely popular. It's insanely lucrative. And then Warzone 2 gets to really, really push the game forward, really, really tap into new tech. And in so doing, that's the draw of Warzone 2. Warzone 2's draw is at a technological level. Makes perfect sense to leave it all behind. Yeah. I'm not saying that there aren't reasons to do it. I'm just thinking to myself, holy frickin' moly, there are so many people playing this game on PlayStation 4. That's so many people that won't be able to play Warzone 2. So they'll have to make significantly good updates and support decisions for Warzone 1, because you're dealing with a massive revenue funnel that might suddenly feel like, just a massive revenue funnel that they just can't get the game. Big Man Mo says they'll be able to play Warzone 2, just get a new console. Yeah, just get a new console, Forehead. Just get a new console, Forehead. It's that simple, man. What's good, Mo? There's a little $300 box that'll run it. Oh, man. Eugene, that guy's got to be absolutely somewhere else. Holy moly. He's going to get fined. He just totally lit up a cigarette. He is somewhere else. He doesn't even realize he's on a plane. He is not there. He's on another planet. Netflix is going to crack down on password sharing. Estimates 100 million households are sharing passwords. Yeah, they've been really chill about it, but they lost 200,000 customers, so they're like, okay, time to crack down. This dude's for real? Yeah. Guy just lights up a cigarette right on the airplane. He is on another planet, man. That guy's baked out of his mind. Jacob says, if true, it would be a good way to get rid of the feeling and dust of Bobby Kotick besides get rid of him. What do you mean by that? You got to transition at some point. Well, sure, Zubair, sure, but I would love to get a second PlayStation 5 right now. It's friggin' impossible. I don't need a second Xbox. It'd be nice to have one if we were ever playing a co-op game there. Pajinski says, let's get 300 likes. Yeah, man, let's get 300 likes. We're crawling, baby. We are absolutely crawling today. But the turnout's been spectacular. The search function on YouTube is going through an overhaul. They're updating it, and what's happening is until you get the update on your channel, you show up in less and less search results. So we're waiting for them to update all of our channels. They updated one of our 4 channels, and it helped that channel almost immediately. So he made the first drag look so enjoyable. BRB gonna go buy a pack of smokes. What are they, like $20 a pack now? Yeah. It's not impossible. You just have to pay between $700 and $1,000. Easy. Yeah. For the madam? What? We're at the half-year mark in this gen, so it's time to move on? Yeah. Why does one need 2 PS5s? I'd love to be able to play something like Returnal with my wife, and I can't do it. A lot of the games that are co-op that run at that level, they don't run split-screen co-op. It's not possible. So having 2 consoles is super helpful. Chest Pain says, 25 likes to 3 hundo. I think Lono deserves a 3 hundo. Yeah. Let's do something. Let's hit 300 likes. We're right there. We need like 20 more likes. Let's get a couple more new members. Let's get a couple coffee orders. Guys, don't forget, community game night this week. I've said if we can get 10 new members each day, before Friday, so that would be 30 more members. We need 29 more. That Madam will join us on Friday night for the Fortnite community game night. So not only can you play, but you may be able to join her. We might hand the sticks to her. Nightingale can now be wishlisted on Steam. It's spec'd to come the 4th quarter of this year. That basically means it'll be coming out next year. No shade to Nightingale at all. That's just the reality right now. Anybody who's like, oh, we're coming out 4th quarter of 2022. No, you're not. You're coming out next year. You're coming out next year. We're coming out. Our goal, our target launch date's 4th quarter of 2022. So you mean 2023, right? I hope she doesn't know about this deal. That would make it better. Yeah, she totally doesn't know about it. So go crazy. Let's get a ton of members. And then I'll be like, babe, you got to do this thing. She'll be like, what? Like, yep. Sorry. So many little things have clips like that. Yeah, that could be anything. I want a second PS5. I just haven't decided to buy one yet because I'm currently the only one using it. I need 2 more Series X's for gaming with the kids easier. At some point, it'll ease up, right? Suddenly, supply will be available. Yes, Zubair, and that might be what they're thinking, right? Like Warzone 2 launches next year, and by then, next-gen consoles are a lot more accessible and available. The forecasts don't look very promising, right? it just doesn't look very promising, sadly. For them to be getting these, for them to be getting these things that they need and the chipsets and everything else. Yeah. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It looks like we're going to be here for a while. We're going to be in super limited supply, super limited demand for quite a while. Not limited demand, I'm sorry, limited supply. Well, we're selling her an Elden Ring run without her approval. We can get away with it. Yeah, 500 members on both channels, and we're going to make her play Elden Ring. We're going to make her play Elden Ring. Surprise, PlayStation still lets us game share with one other account. Been doing it for years. Save so much money. Yeah, Are we going to have a boon in fabrication facilities after this pinch? 2 nanometers everywhere? Yeah, I don't know. Zubair. I'm not a tech economy analyst. I couldn't tell you. Even when the new consoles are more widely available, says Bowers, if games don't start forcing people to need them, why would anybody bother spending the money for the new thing? Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, I get that, Bowers. Yeah. I'm not trying to act like. Let's make something clear. I'm not one of those guys that's like, you can never go next gen only. You always need to go backwards. You always need to have cross gen. I'm not saying that. However, it's Call of Duty and it's a BR. So it seems really ambitious to say, we're going to put Call of Duty Warzone 2 next gen only PC. That seems super ambitious for a couple of reasons. Number one, you can't scale the new game that you're building. You can't scale down texture detail, render distance, and all those things to run on the old systems. What engine are you building in that lacks that agility? What are you doing? It's just Call of Duty, bro. What? Huh? Why would Call of Duty have a vested interest in moving people across platforms? Their vested interest is to generate as much revenue as possible, which means you get as many people in the funnel as possible. Okay? So that's my first question, is what are you doing and what are you building this game in that you lack that agility? Think of it in the realm in PC. Think of it in the realm of the PC. You want the next Call of Duty Warzone to run on pretty mediocre PCs. Why? Because there's a ton of them out there. But so you download a game right now on PC, whether it's Fortnite or Call of Duty or any of these games, and you can turn a bunch of settings down so it runs on your old system. So what in the blue frick are you doing to this new game that it can't run on the old systems? I don't understand. Why does Call of Duty have a vested interest in moving people from one platform to the other? Now, you might say, oh, it's because Activision Blizzard is going to own them. Okay, so they knew. Did that shape? It's possible. It's possible. These deals are usually in talks for a very, very long time. So it's possible that deal was shaped by the potential of Microsoft owning them, and they said, listen, Microsoft says that if this deal goes through, one of the stipulations, one of the points of the agreement is that the next Call of Duty will shove people to the next console. I doubt Madam will play Elden Ring, but if she does, I nominate Let Me Madam her as her username. Well, we got a long way to go on membership, so the non-members will have to step up, or we'll have to get member gifting very soon if you guys want that to happen. Really big maps with wormholes? Okay, so Zubair's putting something out there that is somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but also could be a consideration. They're going to do something that's so unprecedented on a map that size that it simply can't run on the old systems. Okay, I'll actually grant that point, and that might be one of the reasons this is happening. They want Warzone 2 to be an industry-disruptive battle royale. You've never played a battle royale like this. Organic, dynamic world. Can't do that in Fortnite. Can't do that in Warzone 1. Can only do it on next gen. We're not talking live events where everybody tunes in and watches a dinosaur walk around the map. We're talking an active, living, dynamic, always online, MMO-esque undercurrent beneath the Battle Royale. It's always online. There's always something happening. It's never the same. Can't do that on old gen. So, I actually think that's a good point. That's actually a good pushback on what I'm saying. Lono, you're thinking graphics only. You're thinking too small, Lono. You got to think bigger. You got to think the mechanical, logistical size and scope and nature of a map that size. If they really want to push the envelope, if they really want to push Battle Royale forward, you can't do that on old gen. We're not talking about textures, graphics, lighting, and resolution. We're talking about something completely and utterly different. Destructible environments. 100% destructible environments with dynamic physics and responsive explosions. And there's all these things they could be throwing in this that just, no, bro, you can't do that on the old systems. No way. There's just no way. Yeah, that's decent. That's decent pushback. That's decent pushback. I gotta schedule the next stream. Give me 1 second to copy. We got a bunch of information about the Halo Infinite Battle Royale leak we're going to be covering. We were supposed to cover it yesterday, but the humongous Elden Ring patch took precedence. It took precedence. And so we will be doing that next. And there's a lot surrounding this Halo Infinite Battle Royale that could be actually massive for the title. It literally could. It could actually be pretty significant if they pull it off. What I'm hearing, the whisperings and the murmurings around this, it could be crazy. It could be crazy. I'd be worried about the engine and the hit registration being too baked into the game experience right now and that affecting the reception of the Battle Royale. But if their primary target is console users, it could be insanely successful. Zubair says, I'm warning you all now, the Star Trek versus Star Wars debate's going to get spicy. I'm putting on my Vulcan ears now. I'm so looking forward. So for those of you that don't know, we have another channel and we named it Reforge Radio, and we cover more serious topics over there. But we decided, after some deliberation with Creature and my wife, it might be a good idea to not always be grabbing every lightning rod topic that exists, every news headline that feels like a lightning rod, and being like, hey man, let's just wail on each other day in, day out, okay? So what we're thinking every week will look like on Reforge Radio is that Monday through Wednesday, we just need 3 topics, and one of those will just be like a stupid fun debate. Like a hypothetical. I saw one on TikTok last night that I don't know if I want to do it or not, but it was like, if you slept with a robot, is it cheating? Right? That was what I saw on TikTok. I was like, maybe we just need to be doing like really stupid debates that could get spicy and passionate, but not make people feel like, oh gosh, another lightning rod. Eric Crosley, welcome back in to Reforge Gaming as a member. Enjoy all the member perks, all the extra content, the badges, the emotes. Thank you, man. Now I have Christian stuff all over my YouTube recommendations. Right, so what we're thinking is every Thursday, I think I'm ready to launch the personal spiritual journey playlist. The Daily Prodigal would be every Thursday. We would do that over on Reforge Radio, and that would be the theme of every Thursday. Every Friday, the theme is members only, come talk to Madam. And that means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think we only need like 1 lightning rod, maybe 2, right? 1 lightning rod topic, maybe 2. And then we can just do like a stupid debate once a week just for fun. It's good for camaraderie and community. One of the reasons I think we've been able to go over there and have such serious discussions is because we existed as a community before we did that. And I think that'd be just a really, really good way to foster that. So today over on Reforge Radio, I'm going to make you choose between Star Wars and Star Trek and argue as to why. It wouldn't let you remove that lame tag. It was my mouse, creature. I didn't realize it until it was too late. I moved my mouse, and I moved it over top of it. And later in the video, you'll notice I move my mouse and it stops. I was so annoyed. It was an accident. It was an accident. So I'm all for Goofy Debate Day. We just don't want to take ourselves too seriously. We don't want to take ourselves too seriously. And so that's one of the things we're trying to do. So hey, we can have fun debates. We can have what fors and what would you do and would you rathers and things like that. And just, it's fun to go hammer and tongs. It's really fun to go hammer and tongs about something that ultimately doesn't matter. What do you mean Star Trek and Star Wars doesn't matter, Lono? Okay. You see what I'm saying, though? Like, I think it's fun to go hammer and tongs about serious subjects like we did yesterday, but we don't want to do that every single day. I think we'll eventually drive people away. They're like, yes, it's just too serious every single dadgum day, man. I'm getting wrung out like a rag. It's just the temperature in the room is comfortable. It's not too hot. Like, people aren't being mean, but, Yeah, stuff like that. Batman versus Iron Man. Yep. Coyote, every day we go over to Reforge Radio around 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay? Every day that's when we go over there. So we have been doing more serious subjects. I am going to get into discussing my faith every Thursday, kind of my journey, It's going to be fun to talk about some of that, like what was it like to grow up in a fundy church? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that like? What'd that do to my brain? What'd that do to me? And then every Friday we do members only with Madam. But yeah, we go over there every day around 3 p.m. Eastern. So we do 2 shows here on gaming, and then we head over there. We do an extra show on Thursdays here on gaming for members. So we do 3 shows on Thursdays. 3-show Thursdays, and that 3rd show is members only. And then Friday nights is members only as well. We play with Madam, or you can hang out here and play on community game night as well. Butter's like, bro, I don't care about Psalms 12:3 or whatever that is. Just show me some anime. Yeah. My thought was twofold. Too hard, too much, and we don't want people not showing up because they don't want their sub feed drastically altered. Yeah, like if every day we're talking about these person's rights or those person's rights or this law or that law or this political thing. For sure. Spirit Talk might get some crazy conspiracy people on the Hot Topic Serious Talks. The Spirit Talk? What? Sub versus dub. Yeah, Barrier wanted me to do anime sub versus dub. Do you watch it with the subs or the dubs? Those days are also mentally draining, says Eugene. Yeah, it's mentally draining for me. It's mentally draining for the audience. And we need a day to let our hair down and be like, okay, let's just have some fun. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Like, I hate those debates, but they might literally be worth their weight in gold because we can just have fun and see me get ramped up and annoyed and, do you believe in extraterrestrials? Is it possible that there's, intelligent life out there? Stuff like that. I think we got 1 new sub today. I think we are quite literally streaming to the base today. Is there anybody in chat that was new today? Did you see me on YouTube, get recommended, hit sub, and enjoy the show? Is there anybody in chat that is new today? I'm genuinely curious. I think we are 100% streaming to the base today, which makes the numbers very impressive. It's like we've had the YouTube algorithm of search and recommend stripped away, and I'm seeing just the core. And the core is really strong, so we just need YouTube to fix whatever the frick they broke. Sub or dub, depending on what I start with first. Intelligent life out there? I hope so. There's very little down here. Conspiracy Thursdays radio? No. I don't like getting any conspiracy theories. I don't. I think they're fun to laugh about with my friends, but I don't want to make dadgum videos about it. Was September 11th? Was the moon landing? Was JFK? No, thank you. So embarrassed, I just realized I'm not live. Sean, we were talking about that. We're like, did you guys know that Sean doesn't click on live chat? Like, what the frick is that guy's problem? Could we get 11 more likes on this video? Could we hit 300 likes, please? That'd be amazing. Conspiracy Theory Radio. You'd be the perfect host. Why would I be the perfect host for Conspiracy Theory Radio? What does that mean, Barrier? What does that mean? Oh, he said Paul would. Oh, well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I took it as an insult. What's that mean about Paul? That you said it about me, and I felt insulted. What does that mean about Paul? Perfect host because you don't read the articles. Yeah, I have to read articles on demand. Oh my gosh. That was such a funny interchange, Eugene. I listened back to it today. I'm like, what do you want me to read it right now? Why won't you read it? I listened back to it today. I needed a clip for TikTok, and I was like, that's such a stupid interchange. I actually was worried. I was extremely pleased with how yesterday sounded. I got really worried that I came across too strong. So I was like, I don't know. So I went and listened to it, and I was like, oh no, that wasn't too bad. I was firm and passionate. But I thought I was worried I came across way too strong. After it was over, I was like, I don't know how that went. And then I went and re-listened to it, and I was like, okay, I always feel more angry, more loud, more wound up. I always feel it more than it conveys on camera and mic. I honestly thought, I was like, I don't know if that was a good episode. And then I re-listened to it today, and I was like, no, that was actually really good. I thought it was really good. I mean, I know I'm biased, but I'm like, I was super worried. I was pushing you real hard. Yeah. Zubair was definitely like, Zubair and Abe were like really trying to corner me, you know? And I was getting pretty wound up. I would say I would enjoy you reading it. It would be good for you to look at stuff sent to you. Would let Chat understand how crazy people's takes actually are based on their links. Enjoy me reading what, Butters? What are you talking about? I think Chat amplifies you. Oh, for sure. For sure. It's hard. It's definitely a challenge. It's definitely a challenge to not get kind of activated by having, you know, what fors and what ifs, you know, put in your lap for an hour and a half. Like, you don't say stuff, but chat takes your points to the next level. Sometimes it's hard to separate. Yeah, and I don't want to get bogged down, Eugene, in constantly scolding all those guys in chat. Like, hey, man, that's a little harsh. Hey, man, you got to dial it back. If I'm just babysitting the chat, it doesn't. I don't think it translates. I don't think it turns into a good show. So I just kind of have to let them do that. Unless they go way, way out of line, I can't constantly scold chat for that kind of crap. Like yesterday, a man is a man. If you're born a man, you're a man. You have a parents, you're a man. It's like, oh my. It's like, I literally can't wag my finger in their face every 5 minutes. It just wouldn't be a good show. Episodes are definitely cleaner, audio only, but more interesting with chat. Yes, it functions really well as a podcast. I think it sounds good. I was worried that I came off super harsh and unkind, so I went back and listened to it, and I was like, no, I'm doing exactly what I kind of wanted to do. I'm just asking questions. I'm asking and observing and saying it doesn't feel resolved. It doesn't feel that this is settled. I'm pushing against what feels like weaknesses in the position and not being like this belligerent, assertive, fundy or something. And you just need folks to be civil, and they generally are. Yeah. And you know what's funny, Zubair? I wonder if the best thing to do sometimes when people are being like that is we just don't engage them, and eventually they'll realize that when you come in and speak in like really dismissive and unkind platitudes, nobody really engages you. You just kind of get ignored. We're not banning you, bopping you, or scolding you. We're just kind of ignoring you because there's just, what are we going to say? What are we going to do? How am I going to interact with your dumb platitude? Your dumb, copy pasted, talking point. Like, I'm glad you love Ben Shapiro, but like just copy pasting his platitudes. What the frick are we going to do with that? That's not a conversation starter. It's just, hey, let's all show up with our own bumper stickers and just hold them up in the air. It'll achieve literally friggin' nothing. Lono's no expert. He's just asking questions. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I'm just asking questions. These are sent in members-only chat and Discord. Would keep the convo flowing on multiple directions, not bogged down to the bare minimum. I'm not catching what you're saying, Butters. Enjoy me reading. So are you saying we should... Are you saying I should focus purely on member commentary or member comments or something? Jacob says, can I ask, what are your thoughts of that Sony might buy FromSoft, according to some guy high up in Japan? High up in Japan? Does he live on a mountaintop? I thought the same thing. I was like, high up in Japan. I saw the same rumor, Jacob. I saw the same rumor. And I would not doubt that Sony has a vested interest in buying From or buying Bandai. I would have zero doubt that they want to do it. And then you know what they would do? They would make a Bloodborne remaster, and then they would greenlight a Bloodborne sequel. I can see Sony having a very strong vested interest in doing that. Right now, it's just rumor. I don't know the inner workings and the likelihood of that happening. Is there like a reason Bandai would never do that? Is there a reason that is there a reason that From would never do that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's actual barriers that would shoot this thing down in flames, but from where I sit, I could actually see a pretty strong and good reason for Sony to say, no, we want Bandai and From. We want Dark Souls. We want Elden Ring and Bloodborne. We want the property. We want it to be ours. I don't see From being down with that willingly. Sony already owns a small portion of the media conglomerate that owns From. That might grease the wheels. You know what I mean? That might grease the wheels. Is it even up to From? Does Bandai own From, or do they just help From make games? They just publish? That'd be a great debate. Can you win Dark Souls? From is not indie, it's not up to From. Yeah, if it has nothing to do with From, like if they have nothing to do with the decision, then it's between Sony and Bandai. And again, I think they have a vested interest to do it. It's a very large media conglomerate. I wonder if Sony would make any game a From Software console exclusive. Sony would make any game. Yeah, I don't know. Sony will purchase Ubisoft, chill for a minute, then buy From, chill for a minute, then buy EA. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think Sony's ready to go on a shopping spree. I think it's coming. Yeah, Advertising Insider tweeted, Sony is cooking up plans to run ads in PlayStation games as rival Microsoft plans a similar program with Xbox. Yep. We said that yesterday. If there's money to be made, they will do it. Here's a report from GameIndustry.biz. Sony now has a stake in the parent company of Dark Souls. When did they do this? Let me check the date. Let's check the date on this. Had to block a bot on Twitter. These porn bots are coming back. This was reported on February of last year. Sony Corporation has formed a new financial partnership that gives it part ownership of the Japanese media conglomerate that owns From Software, the developer behind Dark Souls and Bloodborne. VGC reports, I'm reading GameIndustry.biz. VGC reports Katakawa Corporation detailed a new capital alliance between itself, Sony, and a mobile company, CyberAgent, which owns developer Cygames. The alliance gives both partners 1.93% stake in Katakawa. The deal has been made to enable, quote, the creation, development, and acquisition of a new IP, as well as maximize the value of the abundant IP that Katakawa already owns. That's some groundwork right there. You don't see UB ever getting bought? Sven, we didn't report on it. You might have missed it. They actually want to be bought. They're saying they're in the market to be purchased. They actually have asked for a buyer. Sony couldn't afford any of those companies. Okay. I say Xbox buys PlayStation. They're the only one with the wallet size. Nah, that'll never happen. No. That'll never happen. Preacher says, I could buy From Software. Yeah, Ubi wants a buyer right now. Elon will just buy everything. Yeah. They don't have enough money to buy all three of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they do or don't have the money and the capital to buy all three. But it sounds to me like they could afford Ubi, and it sounds to me like they potentially have the groundwork laid to buy from. Apple buys everyone. You have to buy a new console for each different game. Console comes in seasonal colors. Yeah. He'll put an end to all of it and he'll release the Nintendo X Station. Eugene says, you realize Sony has access to banks, right? I don't get Elon. If you was Elon, wouldn't you have made an Iron Man suit by now? You're assuming that he hasn't built one. I can't talk about it. I can't confirm or deny that he has one, but I mean, you're assuming that he doesn't. It's dangerous to assume, my friend. It's dangerous to assume. What is this? Transcription not available on a 3-second long voicemail. Gee, I wonder why the transcription's not available. The suit's still snapping people in half. Plot twist, he already has an Iron Man suit and a secret base on Mars. I wonder if Elon Musk is involved in Starfield from Bethesda. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one to speculate or guess on. Yeah. There would be a lot of waiting in between the purchasing of these companies. Right. I don't think they're going to just gobble them up like a hungry hippo, but I certainly think they are preparing to do some purchasing. There's too many whispers and murmurs right now about it. There's too many people saying things, too many whispers coming out, too many murmurings and rumbles for them not to be doing something. That would be my input on it. I'm telling you, we're trying to unlock streaming on TikTok, and I was just checking my numbers over there. Yahoo News is streaming right now over there. I'm telling you, streaming on that platform is about to completely reshape that platform. If you use TikTok, give us a follow at Reforge TV. We use the same username for Discord, Instagram, and Twitter. It's all Reforge TV. Yahoo News is literally live streaming Johnny Depp Amber Heard court coverage right now on that platform. I'm telling you, it's coming. I've told you before, I can look at things and trends and be like, this is about to happen. It's happening right now. We need like 100 more followers over there. I want to jump in as quickly as we possibly can over there. Start simulcasting these YouTube streams because we got a video and an audio quality that surpasses 90% of what's streamed on that platform. Yahoo Gaming? No, Yahoo News. Yahoo News is streaming over there, covering the Johnny Depp Amber Heard court case right in the frick now. Like, they have a whole layout and they got it letterbox and stuff above and stuff below. It's happening, man. It is a giant funnel of activity, information, and entertainment. It's massive and it's not slowing down. Arcade Law on YouTube is a place to watch. Is that let me see. There's one of those lawyer guys on Twitter, and it might be Rakidia or whatever, who's like super over, like smack you in the face with how conservative and Republican they are. I'm pretty sure I've not appreciated their tone and presence on Twitter. I don't know if it's them or the other guy. There's two lawyers that are doing the YouTube thing, and I can't remember who it is. Do they have lawyers? No, Zubair, it's literally footage of just Johnny Depp sitting there testifying. They're not like sitting there talking with papers. They're literally just showing Depp sitting there testifying. Get Depp's autograph while he's here. Yeah, they're in Virginia, aren't they? Hoj Law. Yeah, maybe it's Hoj. One of those guys is like kind of obnoxious on Twitter. Like super scoldy, snarky, snippy with anybody that's like liberal, left leaning, or Democrat. Like, just, I don't know. I saw a couple of tweets and I was like, you're kind of nasty. You know what I mean? You may be a great lawyer. I don't know. I thought they had really good comments and feedback during the high profile trial this year. Yeah, it would have been nice if they paid any attention to me. We couldn't get any of those guys paying any attention to me. That was annoying. But they're playing the game, right? They got to play what's relevant. They got to play what generates clicks. So they got to chase the relevancy. I get that. I don't have any disrespect for it. You got to do that. You got to do that thing on YouTube, man. You got to. We can have okay, so we can have actual links out here of the convo. Since if I'm paying for something, I would have zero reason to send some trash or bad link. I enjoy when the host looks into more recent articles and such. Destiny does this with a select few viewers and reads them on stream, skims them to understand, then says, okay, here is bad, seems untrue, makes the argument seem more in good faith and such, but also allows us to not be bogged down on, here's one piece of literature that is the gospel of the convo, and anything else is just hearsay. Reading other stuff on stream may move the convo more. I did that for one stream, and it was terrible, Butters. I know Destiny does it, but he probably also does 3 hours. He probably also does 3 hour long streams. We're shooting for about an hour and a half. So I'm mainly doing, here's what happened. I found a decent news source or a couple of news sources on it. What do y'all think? Let's talk about this, right? And I did that for one stream. It was the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. And I had people sending me links, and I'm going to websites. I don't know if they're reputable. I don't know if they're reliable. I don't know if they're factual. I don't know. I don't like getting into that. Because then we're going to get into if somebody sends me Fox News or CNN, that's what I'm immediately going to be like, this is going to be super bias laden. You know what I mean? And then it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. My format of the show is more, I researched this, I looked into this, and springboarded into this conversation with you guys. I'm not necessarily wanting to get bogged down in like members submitting articles that I have to go like read on stream and try to break it down. That's extremely difficult to do. Like, I'm pretty good at extemporaneously speaking and being quick on my feet and breaking down logical inconsistencies or biases and stuff like that. I just don't know. I don't know. We can't do a ton over there that's members only. That sounds like a members only debrief or something, right? That's still the reading is the fun part, but I understand that. He has a lot of practice on it. It's not even practice. How long are his streams, Butters? If I was going for 3+ hours, I could see that. You mother want to make me can't make me read. No way, no how. What people who say stop the Xbox Activision deal don't realize is that the games still will be multi-plat. Well, some will still be multi-plat. Yeah, some will be multi-plat. 8 hours, but topics are 1 to 2 before they change. Yeah, my format doesn't work there. That doesn't work. I could see if we did like an hour to an hour and a half, and then we rolled over and said, all right, members, we're going to go do a members debrief or a members follow-up. If you want to submit articles, rebuttals, and things that I got to read, we'll go do it at a members-only stream. Sadly, we don't have time for that. I actually think that would be really good. It would be a good members incentive. It would allow us to get a little bit more exhaustive and do a little bit more of a deep dive. But I just don't see how in the frick we would do that. I don't have enough time. We'd have to be extremely rigid. We'd have to do 2 hours over here. So we'd go from 9 to 11 and 11 to 1. We'd have to be over there, and then from like 1 to 2, we would do the show, and then from like 2 to 4, we would do the members only. Like, I just don't see how in the frick we would. That's so rigid. That's bam, 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 bam. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe we just need to start saying, this is when the show happens, be here or not. Boom, 2 hours. Boom, 2 hours. Boom, 2 hours. Boom, 2 hours. I think that's so hard to do in the live environment. It's extremely difficult. That doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. That doesn't mean it's the wrong decision just because it's difficult. There certainly is some rhyme and some reason to saying, no, the morning show is 2 hours long. The second show is 2 hours long. Be here or you miss it, right? Just bam, 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 just like a gun. Just done. You know, I could see being like, no, 9 to 11, 11 to 1, right? 1 to 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's where it would break down. 1 to 3, and then the debrief would have to be an hour, 3 to 4. I don't know. I feel like every time that looks so good on paper, and then in practice, it's so dadgum impossible. Maybe it's not impossible. It's just extremely challenging because I still live and breathe and act like a Twitch streamer. Maybe I need to just completely shed that and be like, no, it's segmented, planned content. 9 to 11. Boom. 11 to 1. Boom. Just there's just an immediate cutoff, an immediate switch. So I don't know. I like that as a very rhythmic member incentive, though, because we don't have strong member incentive on radio. We don't have a strong member incentive on radio. Like, talking to Madam Strong, but that's not going to carry for forever. Because eventually people be like, that's it? That's all there is? Like, I think one of the reasons member incentive over here is a little bit stronger is, yes, it's Friday nights with Madam. It's also Thursdays. It's also community game night. Like, it's multi-layered instead of one stream a week. That part is true. Been trying to beat the purple out of you. Right. Some of what makes me good at what I do and some of what makes the show really enjoyable is that we just kind of go. We just wind it up and go. And some of that's what makes the show so good. Some of that could be a detriment to us not doing enough. Like, if I'm going to be live from 9 to 4, what difference does it make if I'm doing 2-2-2-2 or 3-3-1.5. It's 7.5 to 8 hours no matter how you swing it. That's how long I'm down here in the chair for the most part. So if we go, it would be more like 155 because I got to have time to set things up, redirect, take a break, drink some water, whatever. So what difference does it make? Yo, Jerry Main renewing that membership. Welcome back in. Enjoy those member benefits, man. The extra streams are Thursday afternoon and Friday night. They're extra. If you're not a member, I don't want you to feel like we're taking away from you. We are not doing that. Yeah, so it'd be like 155. Like, that's how long the streams on average would be, which is totally fine. To a certain extent, we should have done that today. We got an hour and 55 in. I should be like, we're out of here. We're done. We're done with the convo. We're done with the topic. We are in no man's land. Let's get the frick out of here, right? But if that's the format, then we get in and we get out. We get in and we get out. We have the convo. We beat the thing to death, and then we move on to the next topic. I think there is some wisdom to that. Talking for about an hour and a half about a subject, and then the final 15 minutes is like a wind down, prep for next show. We're on to the next topic. There is some wisdom to that. There is. I think we try and take a format and we try and stretch it super far. Let's talk about Warzone Verdansk map coming back, maybe being Xbox exclusive. After an hour and a half, it's almost impossible to get that convo back up and going again, which means people are clicking and they're like, what the frick is this? If they're hearing that first hour and a half, they're like, yo, this is awesome. And then we're out. The format should always be ride the topic, when it dies, move on. And I think on average, I can keep the topic on the podium and in the lane for an hour and a half. After that, it's impossible. It's just friggin' impossible. What did Creature say about this for the last 3 months? Rigid. That would help with bad topics, would let you boom out. Next topic. Yeah, and when you have a really, really strong topic, it's still good to leave it, I think. If the numbers are banging and awesome for that hour and a half and you still leave at the 2 hour mark, that VOD will perform spectacularly because it's got momentum. I actually think there's wisdom in being like, no, let's get the frick out of here. 2 hours and we're done. And then that thing's like, just like a rocket, and I'm not even streaming anymore. I'm gone, and it's doing its work. I'll talk about it with Creature. It's not a bad idea. It's hitting a lot of things. It gives us more agility over here. It gives a topic, less. It doesn't stretch a topic to its breaking point. It gives us more regular member incentives over there. Hey, if you want to stick around, rebut what I'm saying or submit an article and make me read it, become a member. We're going to roll over and do like an hour-long debrief. I don't know. I'll talk about it with him. We'll kind of brainstorm. We need to switch gears to the Halo Battle Royale leaked info, though. We got to switch to that one. Let me run upstairs and use the restroom, and when I get back, we'll switch over to that, all right? Do me a favor. If you haven't done any of the things, do the things, right? Smash like. Make sure that you are subscribed. Consider becoming a member. Maybe order some coffee. Throw me a follow on TikTok at Reforge TV. We just got 3 more followers over there. Thank you so much for that. We are just about to hit 900. We are just about to hit 900 followers over there. We're on the final 100 follower stretch. That's amazing. We'll be able to. I'm really, really hoping going into next week we'll be able to simulcast. I really would love to do that. Monday of next week, hit the ground running and start streaming over there. That'd be. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it. I can give it 1 minute. I want to redirect so that the VOD stays at 3 hours. Did Lono lose internet? No, I'm here. Okay, I'm trying to jog its memory. I'm trying to jog its memory. I stopped and restarted. I literally... Nothing was wrong on my end at all. Literally nothing was wrong on my end. I didn't do anything. Everything was fine on my end. Everything was good. It showed me streaming. My bitrate was fine. And you guys were all like, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. I was like, what the frick? I'm right here. I'm like, nothing's changed. We gotta redirect. I'm gonna give you guys a link. We're gonna be over 3 hours. I really wanted to keep this thing under 3, but we missed that window because YouTube just absolutely crapped the bed. Well, we'll keep it at 3. We'll keep it under 301 if I can. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of Reforge Gaming News, and we will be discussing the Halo Infinite Battle Royale leak. A lot of info has come out. I wanted to break this down. This feels like a pretty big project. A lot of rumors and murmurings and people acting like this is going to be a very, very significant project and huge for Halo Infinite. So we're going to comb through these details. I want to hear from you. Hopefully you're in the live audience. Hopefully you're around. I'm going to bring people over from the stream this morning. We talked about the Warzone Verdansk